Okay, guys, so we are live. I'll just give it a few minutes for a few people to come in. I'll wait and I'll see who's in first into the chat, and then we'll get going. Still working on these magic boards. You would have seen that video where I've done some of these, I think, this week. This one is one I missed, so really need to do that one. So I'll put that in a different pile. Don't forget to hit the like, guys, if you're in the chat there. If you're not, you're not. Can't hit it if you're not there, can you? Oh, I never checked Facebook to see if I'm actually up on Facebook at the moment. Not Facebook. YouTube, is it running? Double check it. Okay, well, the ad is playing anyhow, so we've got that. So I think there's two watching. So guys, thanks for being in. Whoever you two people are, you're more than welcome in. And hope all is good with you. Still just chopping some boards, the invisible boards. You can't really see them, but it's the little gold rings here that you can't really see either, because you can just about see them there when I move it down, maybe on something darker or not, because it's showing the thing. But there's a little gold ring on them that I cut off and put into a little jar, and at some stage we'll put them into acid and we'll hopefully get some gold out of them. Again, weather is very good at the moment over here in Ireland, so I'd rather have been maybe staying in the shed. So if some people don't come in soon, if we don't get people in, I'd probably call it and go and do some work in the shed maybe, or something like that. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll keep going for a while anyhow. We'll see what happens. It's great to have sunshine at the moment. So link is there if anyone is in the chat and wants to pop up. You're more than welcome. And if not, until I see a comment. Oh, I see a comment there on Facebook. It's Keith, of course. Keith, welcome in from Facebook side. Hope all is good. Camera's a bit juddery. Hold on a second. I'm going to see. I think my internet is beginning to play up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down a few YouTube channels, and hopefully that will speed things up a bit. That's a bit better. So Keith, how do you do? Keith over on Facebook. If guys who don't know, that's Romantic. For any guys who don't know, he's over there on the Facebook, as always, is his preferred platform. He still does YouTube, but he's a lot of videos and a lot of stuff he does on Facebook at the moment. And he gets a lot of people in there, so he's doing well. Okay, just stripping some boards in case anyone was wondering what I'm at. And then once I've done that, I have to take some steel off some boards, and I then have a lot of stuff to do. I'm working on a few videos at the moment, which will be up every 2 weeks. There's one up on Thursday where I worked with these boards on. So that's where all these boards came out of. Scrap prices are still fairly okay. So now is the time to maybe cash in some scrap. So I might look at doing that as well. There's Romantic over on the YouTube side of it. Welcome in, Ro. YouTube peeps. Yeah, so there he is. That's Keith on the If there's anyone there in the chat who don't know him, that's Keith. He's on Facebook and on YouTube. So yeah, I think he's 2 channels on Facebook, and he has 1 on YouTube. Or maybe Ralph might have 3. Hey Ralph, great to, or Raphael, sorry. Raphael Scrapper, great to see you. Missed your live last night as I was not at home, so sorry about that, but couldn't make it last night. And I wasn't even in the pub, Raphael, to make it even worse. I wasn't even in the pub. If I was out in the pub, it would have been something, wouldn't it? At least that'd been a good excuse to miss it. Yeah, maybe Saturday. As I say, when summer comes, Saturday becomes a busier day for me, I'm afraid. That's the problem. As it's coming to the longer evenings and stuff like that, I have to do more work on a Saturday. So unfortunately, it can be harder to make the lives. Because once the good weather and dry weather comes, there's a lot of work needs doing around the house. Because when you're working during the week, the only time I can get to it is at the weekends. Oh, I hear a bleep in the basement already. Give me a second, whoever you are in the basement. I'm after dropping something here. I'll get it afterwards. Oh, it's Mr. Raphael Scrapper. Hello, sir.
Hello-y.
Oh, wrong one. Hold on now. There we go.
Hello-y. Good to see you.
How are you doing?
As usual, Sunday, relaxing, enjoying, basically doing nothing.
Hey, you should be clearing out all that stuff in your shed. Don't tell me you were playing Fortnite all day.
No, I did play with Eva like 3 games today. Hey, come on, that just few minutes for the game. Come on.
Is it the PC you to play it on or the PlayStation?
PC.
Okay. I never got into Fortnite, I'm afraid. I just get killed too quick in it.
It's quite a cool game, you know, especially when you got the good group to play with. So that's really awesome.
You knows bro and all them gang, is it?
Yeah, they are quite okay in that. But as well, you know, I got Eva want me to play like almost every eve. I said no, come on, I'm busy and I'm doing something. Come on, one game, and the one game end up in the 3 or 4 games, and each game is about 20 minutes. So
my games don't last 20 minutes. I last about 30 seconds and I'm dead.
You know, I can say my record was, you know, in each and every match you got like 100 players. My record was to end up the game in the position number 98. So that was fast. That was fast one.
Yeah, I do parachute shoot into the wrong areas and everything. As soon as I land, everyone kills me. I'm the easy target as soon as I land.
Oh well, yeah, that happened. True.
So
but hey, hold on, it's just for fun. So
yeah, well, I was going to say. So what were you at today besides playing the PlayStation or playing Fortnite on the PC. What were
See
you
you soon,
scrapping
bro.
out?
Yeah, I did scrap like a few circuitry, what I have like piled next to my depopulation board and all that stuff. I haven't used heat gun today. I only used the air compressor.
I prefer the multi-tool at the moment. I like using the multi-tool now. It's
You know,
quicker.
I do like the multi-tool, but I seen that very useful for like multi-pins plug. Sorry, multi-pins pluggy, where you got like plenty legs on the self plug, like for
Yeah,
example RAM plug or PCI plug, AGP, all that stuff. That's do miracles. That's do awesome on that way, especially when this pins going through the circuitry, through the
yeah.
board.
Hmm.
Then multi-tool is like really brilliant. It's go much better even than the self air compressed heat gun.
Hey, Scrapper Dave. How do?
Hello,
Good to see
Dave.
you, sir.
Welcome.
I forgot about the daytime. Oh yeah, the daytime savings thing has changed. Yeah, we're on the new time over here now.
Yeah, true. We are
So
on.
and the weather's really good over here. We're like 18, 19 degrees today. So and sunny all day.
Holy crap.
So I was outside a lot of the time today. I had to plant some strawberries and stuff like that. I planted some strawberries today, and then I went in and I done some cleaning up in the shed and cleaning up outside the shed and getting ready for the acid work coming forward.
Okay, as far you plant the strawberries, what you planning to do out of it? Jams? Eat them all as they are fresh, or just
Oh,
make some
eat them
wine?
fresh. Oh, I just eat them fresh. I don't make jam. I just pick them and eat them.
Pick them and eat them. Yeah, that's the good way.
Yeah, that's my plan with them. I was going to grow some tomatoes, but I said no, I don't want to do any of that
Hmm.
because the snails will probably get them like to get yours.
Those stupid buggers.
So I said I'd just go with strawberries instead this year. So, but they're saying now we could have snow here next week, so that might kill off my strawberries that I just planted.
You know, maybe just cover them before night
Yeah, I'll
before,
probably cover them
something
with
like that.
straw or something. Put some straw over them and
Or
let
if you get the weather report, just put some plastic over it. That
yeah
will be good enough.
yeah just put plastic over them at night and that should
Hmm.
hopefully stop the frost getting to them. But yeah, that's what I was doing today. Now I'm doing a bit of gardening. That was the most of the day, and then I had to go out for dinner for Mother's Day. Of course, Mother's Day is today, so
Okay.
we went out for dinner. So any mothers in the chat that's there, happy Mother's Day to them. I don't know, was a Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's Day. We celebrate Mother's Day in when? Wait, when do we celebrate Mother's Day? It's gonna come soon. It's not yet.
Well,
It's not today for sure.
today in Ireland and the UK, I think was Mother's Day. So that's so that's we went out for dinner for that. So I'm not long back from the dinner, so I'm stuffed. 94 Fahrenheit today. Went back down into the upper 70s, low 80s. That's warm, isn't it? It'll be 110 soon enough. 110. That's about 40. Is it 40 degrees or something like that? Celsius. Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah, 26th of May we celebrate Mother's Day.
Oh, right. You're a good way yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far you begin to talk about it, then I lose my count and thinking, holy crap. Am I late?
You thought you may have missed it.
You know, I just get twisted and mixed up.
It's weird how every country or every they all have different Mother's Days. You think it'd just be the one day in the year that everyone just have the same Mother's Day? You know why they all pick different days? I don't know.
I have no idea. Oh well. Anyway, just few days ago, I just called to my mother to wish her birthday, to give her birthday wishes. And then you say Mother's Day, and then I quickly think Mother's Day. Hey, that was about this time somewhere, and actually totally go out from my head right away as far as I begin to think about it.
Yeah, but hey, simple man, how do? Welcome in.
Hello, this simple
Um,
man.
yeah, sometimes I think it changes every couple of years as well, or something. Sometimes Mother's Day might be in May here as well, but this year it's in March.
No, we got
Like,
always 26th of May.
I think I don't know. I must check that out. I must Google that now.
Actually, the holidays changing. This holidays right now what we are on. That mean those Easter holidays get like can move through the calendar, and this year was quite much earlier than usual. But all other stuff, it's like standard, I guess.
I'm just checking here now. Is Mother's Day always the same? Although the date changes, yeah, the date changes year to year. It's held on the second. See, in for ye and that it's always the second Sunday of May, and for us here in Ireland and the UK, why does it change? Let me see why it says it changes. Why does Mother's Day change? Every year people blah 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 blah. Cookies popping up. Do I want to see the cookies? Which has been celebrated since the 16th century. In the UK, the date is linked to Easter. So, like in the UK and Ireland, the date is linked to Easter, which is
No,
different
so it's
every
also
year.
movable. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why the one Mother's Day in Ireland and England is always different every year, because it depends when Easter falls. So
Holy crap! They just like to complicate stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I know. So it doesn't be the same date every year.
Yeah, in my homeland, it's always the 26th of May. It's Mother's Day, and then right after it, it's like Father's Day, and then we got Kids Day.
Do you Kids Day? Oh, we don't have any of that over here.
Yeah, there is
Oh.
Kids Day. We got Kids Day.
Oh no.
That is actually awesome.
No, we don't have that here. We don't have a Kids Day at all. There's only Mother's Day and Father's Day, and that's it. There's no Kids Day. So what's the plan for the rest of the summer now going forward on your scrapping? Are you going to go doing a lot of silver refining and gold refining and stuff like that, or are you just going to be breaking stuff down for the summer?
Yeah, good question. Good question. What am I gonna do? I have no idea. I got plenty stuff to do, but I just don't know where I supposed to start. Where I supposed to put my hand on first.
Yeah. No, usually
But
the
yeah,
summer.
I'm gonna do. I will work on this Fiat project. I will work on the cleanup of my workshop. I got few trolley full. Got actually 2 trolley empty by now. So that's slowly moving forward, but oh well.
Yeah.
It takes
I
time.
always use summer as the time to do the assets because I like to be able to do them outside, so that the weather is always kind of better. You get a few better days for doing it and longer days. So
Oh yeah.
I always try and do the acid work during the summer, and then leave the breaking down stuff and boards to be broken down and depopulated for the winter.
For the winter time.
When it's darker evenings and longer evenings, you can go into the shed and just break down some boards over the winter. So that's what I plan on doing again this year. Now is working on all them gold fingers and stuff I took off in the last video.
Yeah, every time when I work with the acids, I will always I never done that outside. I always use my lab and fume hood and all that stuff. But as far my fume hood gets broken and all that stuff, I still need to find out actually the new place for my lab, because the other spot where I used it's not available anymore. So oh well, I cannot put any pipes to exhaust the fumes out of it.
Hey, Miss Northwest Florida Scrapper, welcome in.
Hello, Lee.
How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, my fume hood broke about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, so that's why I do it all outside now. And I never bothered making a new fume hood because like that, where I would be putting the fume hood, I have a full of circuit boards at the moment, so I don't have any room So I that's why I just do the work outside and just stand back from it in and I also have the mask as well. So
I do have some room, but to prepare the spot and all that stuff, it's gonna be like walls drilling for the big pipes and all that stuff, and it involves a lot of cleanup, moving stuff away. So
mm,
you know how it's
okay.
working.
Yeah,
Small
it's
things, but create a lot of jobs, and
yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work to get it done. It's not as simple as just going out and doing it in a day. As you said, there's all the pipe work and there's all the extractions, and then you have to set up your if you where the fumes go afterwards. If you're going to put it through a scrubber system, or you just letting it high enough into the air so it goes away, stuff like that.
yeah,
There's
true.
all
But
that.
as well, if you just let them go away, you got to be sure they're going away like in the way where nothing they will not harm anything what
Yeah,
it's surrounding, right?
yeah.
So that's also very important stuff.
So it's a lot of hassle to it, all right, when you're doing gold recovery and assets and stuff like that. You have to worry about the fumes, you have to worry about the disposal of the assets, you have to make sure you're disposing of them right,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
stuff like that, that you're
It's not
neutralizing
like
them
just
properly.
making a hole in the wall and just put the vent on it and just take it out.
Yeah.
That's just
Because
first step, right? But
yeah,
you got to think about where you're letting it out, if it's possible, if it's okay or not.
yeah. Well,
What
that's why I was
other
thinking about
damage?
doing a scrubber system instead. So then
Yeah,
what
just
should be
put it
coming
through
out
the
at the
water or
end,
whatever.
yeah, through a water system and a baking soda filtration sort of idea as well, so that
That's quite
and
complicated, I must
it
say,
is,
but
yeah,
it does do the most of the filtration,
yeah, if you
actually.
can do it, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of time, so and a lot of
And little
willpower
fun
and
as
knowledge,
well.
you
All that
know.
stuff is not cheap. All the compressors and pipelines, what is acid resist, all
Yeah,
the things cost like quite big amount of
and
money. So
then you have to have a pump that to make sure that as well can handle any acid and stuff like that, and just a lot of time and money.
I've seen plenty videos at the YouTube when the people building their own fume hoods, and they just set up simple bathroom fan in the
Yeah,
plastic box, and they thought that's gonna do the job.
yeah,
Come on.
no, that definitely won't do it. It might
No,
last about
definitely
a
not.
day, and then it'll be just rotted away with the acid straight away.
Yeah, true.
You know, what's miss? I had to start a new channel due to my other one was taken off due to the email address that it was connected to. Oh, was it hacked or something? Miss Northwest Florida Scrapper, or did you forget the email passwords or something?
Hmm. It got to be hot if she cannot get to it, I guess. Huh.
Yeah, but
Weird.
but usually you have like two-stage authorization, so really it's harder for people to hack it because they have to have access to your phone as well to if
No,
you
yeah,
set up
to hack it,
two-stage.
yeah.
You
But
know.
there's plenty peeps and plenty spots where they offer you double stage, not verification, but
Yeah.
plenty peeps just postpone it and just leave it out, and they
Yeah.
didn't do it, and yeah.
Yeah. No, I always do it so that way. Then if anyone does try to hack you, at least it'll come to your mobile phone and it's linked to your mobile phone number. And unless someone has your phone, they
Yeah,
can't
I agree on
authorize it.
that. I also have the
Yeah.
double verification thingy
Yeah.
on me, but right now I'm really worried what's gonna happen when I lose my phone, for example.
Oh, Miss Northwest Florida Scrap is asking where eWaste Mike is. eWaste Mike is taking a break from YouTube for a while. He had a few medical issues he had to get sorted out, and then he was just taking a break from YouTube, and he's deciding whether he wants to continue on YouTube or not. He said it on his last video that he put up, so he's not sure if he wants to continue on doing YouTube or not. So again, it's just because YouTube can be playing up sometimes, and it can be annoying for people, and it can be whatever. And he's just taking a break, and hopefully he'll be after the break. He might decide he wants to come back and do some more lives and do some more videos and stuff. In the meantime, he has to look after his health, I presume. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, I guess he's quite okay. I seen him last night at my stream, so
Okay, so there you go.
he show up, so he's all right. Of course, he dealing with his stuff as usual.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, the health is the first
First
on the
priority.
list to take care of, right?
Yeah, you have to look after your health. Your health is your wealth, I reckon.
True.
So I hope that answers her question on where he is. But yeah, I hope he does come back to it. As in doing his own channel, doing his own stuff. I enjoyed his channels, and I didn't make all his lives because again, it depends on what time he's doing them at, and if he's doing them at 7 o'clock in the evening, I'm not long in from work, so I don't really get on to many lives during the week at that time in the evening. But if he was doing them on a Sunday during 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock time, I can usually make them. But hopefully he'll be back at it again.
He does his stream like quite decent time for us Europeans, because either way in the middle of the day or like evening. So middle
of the day is no good to me when I'm at work, and the evening is no good when I come in. So it's only really I can get them on a Sunday, because the only streams I can get usually now is on a Sunday during the day.
Okay.
Because I'm working the rest of the week, so unless it's on Sunday during the day, I don't really get that many anymore at the moment. It's just work and other things have to be done. You know the story.
But as well, also depends from the people what work they got.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. But yeah, so yeah, it's YouTube can be hard work as well sometimes. Like sometimes you might feel you don't want to do something, but if you schedule lives and stuff like that, and then you have to do it because people will be some people like to come in and talk and like to meet and chat, and it's something for them to do on a day, and then if you don't do it, you're letting people down sometimes and stuff like that. So it can be a bit hard to make sure that you're always in for every live and you're always there, because especially during the summers and stuff like that, because people get more busy.
Actually, this thingy, what you said, it work actually both ways, for the viewers and for the creators. I just knowing from myself, I used to set up like stream every Saturday from last, not all of them. I got few pauses, few breaks, but about 188 Saturdays. Come on. Week by week.
That's a lot. That's like over 3 years worth of video of live streams.
From one side, that was a lot of work from my side, but as well for the peeps who always jumping in. Holy crap! And actually, yesterday, last Saturday. Hello, DCU Scrapping. Good to see you, sir. Yesterday, there was the first time when I go back to the very beginning, where I finish up my scrapping session, and there was no one waiting in the basement. There was the link, everything was there, but there was no people in there.
Yeah, it was just sometimes people are busy. It's getting that time of year, because again, as I was saying today, I was out gardening and stuff like that. So again, it depends where they are in the world. If they're in America, it's daytime. They could be out in the garden today on a Sunday, and if it's a good day and they have to cut their lawns, they have to paint maybe their fences, stuff like that. So that's why the summer, again, like what I've done last year during the summer, I might cut down the amount of lives. I was only doing them every once a month or something like that, because people had other things to be doing. I didn't, it's just myself, I'd have things for doing during the summer and on a Sunday, and with the days being longer and stuff like that. So I'd have to wait and see what my plan will be for the summer again. Will I cut it down to a live every 2 weeks instead of every week? Because can't expect people to be in every week at you either, and stuff like that. And again, if you're already getting 10 or 12 people coming in, is it worth 3 hours of taking when I could be doing 3 hours of scrapping out in the shed? I have to decide that. Anyhow, see you scrapping. How are things? Good to see you. What have you been up to? See you scrapping. What are you scrapping out today? Let us know. Where am I here? So what did you scrap out last night on your live stream so I can go back and have a look later, maybe when I get time?
Yeah, just go back and look what I have scrap out, and then you will know.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. That's why I said it. I said he's going to
Hey, what else do you expect? Come on.
I knew he was going to say that. What's Simpleman? What are you scrapping out? Simpleman, I was watching his video. Which video was I watching? Was it the one? I think it was the copper he was
today, I guess. I seen something.
Yeah, he gets plenty of stuff from his job at work, doesn't he? Anyhow, he gets plenty of big copper and big aluminium and stuff like that. He gets plenty of it.
Yeah, but I don't know why. But every time when I start up the Simple Man video, my speaker get broken. There's no audio whatsoever.
Well, it might be like Pooh's mate used to have that issue with my videos on the other phone I used to do them on the phone before the one I use now. She used to have an issue where she couldn't hear it, and
yeah, true. I got that too.
Yeah, I think it was Ralph came up with the issue. He said that my speaker was only recording either on the left side or the right side. It wasn't doing both.
Yeah,
it was only recording in mono.
As I start your video at my laptop at upper bench out there, there is no audio whatsoever. When I go back here, it's working fine. So probably one channel of the recording is off. Somehow.
Yeah, that was the old phone that used to have that problem. The new phone doesn't have that problem. So I don't know whether something got stuck in the speaker or the microphone got damaged or something on the old one. But the new one doesn't have that. But the problem is I still have a few videos on the old one that I need to upload. So they will be the issue going forward, because I might have started a video or started doing a scrap out of something on it, and then I'd stop doing it and I'd come back to it in a couple of months or something, and I'll continue on. So the new phone will be used for that. So half of it will have sound and half it won't. Park Nest, welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
Hello, Lee. Yeah, you know what? I got almost full hard drive of the old videos what I make. What is haven't processed yet. But oh well.
Yeah, it's well, I said I have to get the ones off the old phone, because eventually I'm going to lose that old phone, or I'm going to forget where it is, or it's going to get broken and it's not going to charge, or something's going to happen, and I've lost all videos. So
it's going to be gone anyway.
Yeah, I need to get them off it and get them processed and get them finished. I think I've one started on mobile phone batteries, and I still haven't come back to it yet, because I still have tons of mobile phone batteries to scrap out. And once I have them done, I'll finish the second part and put it all together and just do a video on it.
I don't really bother with the phone batteries, but
I do. I like the bits of gold on the end of them.
There's very tiny bit, but oh well. It is gold.
Not bad. Like, I have some here. Let me have a look. What do I hear? Like, come out. Like, that's not bad from a little. That's off a mobile phone battery. Oh, you can't really see it because I have my green screen, as usual. Green screen, and the gold is reflecting. But let me turn off the green screen. Let me turn off the green screen. Bring up Park Nest while I'm waiting.
Yep. As soon as you're transparent.
Go down and turn off my green screen, so I do.
Hello, D Park.
Visual background.
WVHO.
Turn it off. Boom. There we go. So green screen is off. So you should be able to see it now. So that's not bad from a battery, like them gold pins.
No, gold.
They're all off.
Always good.
They were off a battery. I think it was an old Nokia battery they come out of. So it can be put into the acid and work away on it.
Already look like pre-acid oxidation on it.
No, that was the what call. I don't know. I threw it away now again. Let me grab it again. Can I grab it again? No, that's a different one. Look at that one. That's not bad either. Nice chunky bit of gold there.
Okay.
Yeah, on the batteries. So they're not too bad, mobile phone batteries. If you have enough of them, that's the thing. Let me put my green screen back on.
don't have any batteries next to me. Oh well, never mind.
Hey, now who did I miss coming in? I missed Anfield Road coming in. Hey, how do you?
Hello, Lee.
Hello, Lily.
Partnest, welcome in, sir. What have you been up to today, Partnest?
Not a right lot.
What? And the weather really sunny and everything, and you done nothing.
No, I did start 3 videos yesterday, and this week. I can't get any of them done. There's going to be a new car appearing on my channel.
Oh,
Yep.
Another
you've invested in another motor.
I've not bought a car. Somebody wanted me to look at the car for them.
Oh, right, okay. And
So I actually went out to it and scanned it with my scan tool today to see what we're up with it. There's some, what iDrive's like on these modern BMWs.
oh, it's an iDrive issue, is it?
It's not an iDrive issue, but it's something that's come up on the information display.
Okay.
What is iDrive?
iDrive is.
You're not familiar with modern BMWs, Rafał?
No.
Well, modern BMWs have something called iDrive.
Yeah.
It's like an information thing.
It's like a software package that's on them, and you control all your every bit of information in your BMW's control from
And
the
they tell you when stuff's due.
Yeah, it
to
tells
be
you when you're
replaced.
It tells you if your ear tire on the ear is down, which tire, what pressure is on each tire, which one is below pressure, blah 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 blah.
And it controls your radio as well.
Yeah, radio.
Your in-car entertainment. It's all integrated into.
Yeah, it's just they call it iDrive. Every company have their own version. Every company have their own version of it.
Okay. The last time I just get rid of my car, I actually got to give away my work card for the service, and then I get replacement with the slightly newer one, and it showed me like error about the pressure in the tire. So what I done, I just go to the tank station and just pump the car, the wheels, and after that, still showing the same notification.
Yeah, all modern cars are like that. All modern cars, not just BMWs, have a TPM. It's called TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little sensor in each valve stem in each wheel. It tells you what pressures are. On BMWs, you can actually reset them if you know pressures are right. You can actually calibrate it, and you don't need a scan tool or anything. You can do it in iDrive.
Yeah.
You can recalibrate TPMS in iDrive because they did it on the F33 series.
I have to actually update my BMW software because there's a new software upgrade came out.
Actually, the car in question is a BMW.
Yes. And
it's an F21 series.
But what's the fault? What's shown up on the iDrive?
Well, there was three things that were coming up on iDrive. I think it was service due, so it's going to get a service. I've ordered all parts for service.
Yeah.
So we do inspection as well. There's 2 messages about an inspection.
Oh.
So I'm not seeing on iDrive, but I'll be able to sort out the service thing. I can reset the service through my scan tool, but I'm not sure about the other two. I'll have to use that ISTA, which is the BMW diagnostic software.
Yeah, you'd have to get that. You need
I've got ISTA on the laptop.
Is that true? Then BMW, when you reach like service point and you shut down your engine, it's not gonna let you start it again?
No. Once that's not true because I have a BMW.
I heard that. No, I don't know. I just asking because I.
No. Just not mine anyhow. Whenever the service light thing comes up, to tell you it's due a service, it doesn't shut down anything. It just tells you get your service done, and that's it.
Well, this one's the 1.6 diesel. Being a 1.160.
Okay.
It's the N47 diesel.
But, it said hi to Crypto, by the way. Crypto came in there and said hi to you all.
Yeah, said hi to Richard. Hi.
Hello,
Crypto.
But again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in there because today's Mother's Day in Ireland and the UK, I presume.
It is, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. I went to see my mum today. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, a lot of people done that. As I said, I was out for dinner.
My dear mother, who's nearly 69.
My mother is
69. She was 69 in April.
Yeah. So it was Mother's Day today. So I've good big dinner. Went out for dinner, so we had a good big dinner. I'm stuffed.
Oh no, nothing like that. I just went to see her. She was just pleased that I went to see her.
Do you not go very often, Parkness?
No, I don't. She lives in the next city.
Yeah, but how many times a year would you see your mother?
Not a lot.
How many?
I can count it on my fingers of one hand.
So twice a year. Is it?
Christmas, birthday, Mother's Day.
Right, 3 times a year, and most people live.
I might go a bit more often than that, but
yeah. Well, I heard a good thing, which was very interesting. It was on a YouTube channel I was watching. This guy was interviewing another guy, and he goes to him, "What age is your mother and your father?" And he said, "Oh, they're 75." And he goes, "How many times do you see them a year?" And he goes, "Oh, I see them twice a year at the moment." And he goes, "All right, you're going to see your parents probably 10 more times before they die." Now your man just sat back in the chair and he
if I was
goes,
lucky.
he said, "Yeah." He said, "You're going to see them maybe 10 more times before they die." And he sat back in the chair and he goes, "I never thought of it that way." You know?
That actually go into the guy mind, right?
Yeah, it did. He sat back
He
in the chair and goes,
recount it.
"Oh,
Recount it.
I never thought of it that way," because most people think, oh, the parents are whatever 70, and they say, "Oh yeah, there's plenty of time yet to spend time with my parents or see my parents or whatever." But when you think about it, most people live to be about 80, and that's it. So, and if you only see them twice a year, and they're 10 years, you'd see them 20 times.
Some people don't manage 80.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you don't get that time you think you have.
I mean, Dad only got as far as 69.
Yeah. I seen my mom the christening yesterday. Give her a Mother's Day card and that there. So Crypto got the Mother's Day card done yesterday. So
Yeah, I haven't seen my parents for last 3 years actually.
Oh yeah, because the COVID and everything, there was no traveling.
COVID stuff, that's standing a little bit.
Raphael's in Denmark.
And what part of Poland do your parents live in? Are they on the west side, the east side, south, north?
Northwest.
So they're near Germany.
Right. Yeah, very near Germany. About
I was going to say, what's nearest major city?
40 kilometers from the border.
Ah, right.
So that's about 8 hours drive there.
Oh yeah.
To be on the place.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a drive.
It's not too bad, but there was the times when I was driving, like I feel like driving there, and then it's coming weekend. I jump into the car at Friday, and at Sunday I was back here.
Mm-hmm.
But after some time, that thing you get like I tired of driving and all that stuff.
Yeah. And what's the major nearest city in Poland to them?
Poznan.
Koszalin.
Koszalin.
It's in northwest.
Yeah.
About 100 kilometers from Szczecin or 60 kilometers from Koszalin.
So you could get a flight that'll take an hour, and you'll be there.
No, I can go. I can take a fly, but it's gonna take me about the same time as I drive. I can take fly from Billund to Gdańsk. What's gonna take about 2 hours? Oh wait, sorry. No, I lying now. About 45 minutes from Billund to Gdańsk, and then from Gdańsk to my place, what is about 300 kilometers. That's gonna take me by the public transport about 6 hours.
You can just hire a car at the airport, and you'll be there in 4.
Yeah, probably.
Enjoy your parents as long as you have. Good, yeah. Both of mine have been gone 10 years. Yeah, that's what I was just saying there. Like,
yep.
Sometimes we take for granted that they're always going to be there. You think in your head they're always going to be there, and you can go visit them anytime you want. But that time, I'm afraid, doesn't last forever, unfortunately.
Hello, the electronic scrapper. We always miss the stuff what we lose, right? So that you cannot just mix that or miss that way. When you lose something, then you miss it. When you have it, you don't care.
Yeah, while it's there, you mightn't make as much of it as you should.
Yeah.
That's
the humans. Come on.
That is exactly it. Hey, electronic scrapper, good to see you in. What are you working on, electronic scrapper? I'm sure you're working on silver today.
Yeah, yesterday electronics say he was working on some silver, but he get like only about 50% of yield what he expect out of the stuff.
And what was he working on? Was he working on them blue M&Ms? No.
Yeah, some kind of cups. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really go after silver that much at all. No, I've got a good few relays from a lot of that e-waste I got. A lot of it had a lot of them had these relays on the boards and stuff like that. So there will be
Yeah.
there will be a lot of silver in, well, not a lot, but there'll be silver in all them. So I'm going to have to cut them off and take the silver, eventually work on that. Do the
Believe me or
silver.
not, you'll be surprised how much silver they got. It's got much more than you're expecting.
Yeah.
It seems like tiny button, but as far the relays get slightly bigger, that's really good amount of silver in them.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely, because I don't usually go after the silver because it's mainly the gold that you're looking at, but because of all this e-waste I pick up, and they all have, every one of them had the relays in them and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to
Yeah.
ash them open, get a bit of copper, and get the bit of silver out of them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when we're playing with the gold and we get like, let's say, handful of gold fingers, and
Yeah.
you're counting for tiny little blob, let's say like 1 gram or something, that's gonna be tiny little thingy on your finger, 1 grammer.
Yeah.
And when it's got to the silver and you begin to play with relays, and you open up the relay and grab like tiny same size blob of silver, like you get from the handful of gold fingers,
Yeah.
and you got the handful of those tiny silver buttons, and you recover that. Holy crap, that's gonna give you like really nice bar, like so,
Oh,
like
here
this
it is.
thingy. Come on,
There
look
it
at that. How awesome is it? And
It's
that's
a pity.
actually half left what I make.
Yeah, it's a pity silver is worth so little compared to gold.
Who cares? But it's still silver. Come on,
I know
it's
it's so
awesome.
it'd be nice if it was worth like $100 an ounce or something, you know.
Oh yeah, of course it will be nice, but come on, it's nice to have in the hand.
What did he say?
Good for
Lots
that.
of muck in those blue M&Ms. So he's working on IC chips at the moment. So what are you working on the ICs? Is it the gold bond wires you're after, or are you trying to get something else out of them? Because I didn't know, was there all I go after on the IC chips is the gold bond wires, same as what Raphael was doing on his incinerating the slow burn or low temperature burns. He was showing us in his microscope all the nice gold bond wires.
Yeah, they're cool looking. Actually, as well, it's cool to look to use the microscope.
Yeah. Hey,
Hello,
Gil Skills
Debo.
Live. Good to see you, sir. My fellow scrappers out there. I hope everyone. I seen you were live yesterday, Gil, but I was at work, unfortunately. So I don't think my bosses would appreciate me coming on live when I'm meant to be working.
Use VPN.
Just over £19 per ounce.
Yeah, that's all it's worth at the moment. Hey, sir.
Hello.
Hello, dear Ralph.
Evening, Ralph.
What are you working on today, Ralph? Did you do any scrapping out?
I'm
today?
working on messing up my floor again.
Oh my God! Don't tell me you've destroyed the floor again.
No, I've been taking apart some of the devices that I took from my basement. So
It
yeah,
seemed like
gonna
a
stop
fryer
doing that.
or something.
I think they are like. Hold on, let me get unhooked. Let's see. This is the interesting part here, of course. This was some type of bread maker, I
It
think.
looks like a bread maker, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
It was a bread maker.
And what was that? A
it used to be.
transformer? That was a big transformer in it, is it?
It's a motor. It's
What was the motor doing in a bread maker?
well, it has
Mixing
to
the-
mix
It's
the dough. There was a little
Oh, okay.
script
There's a dough.
in there as well
I
that
didn't
goes
know that.
around really
I thought
slowly.
you just pour the lot in and you mix it first and just pour it in to cook it in.
Oh, you mix
No,
it in the
mix it
device.
in the-
Actually, you put
Ah.
the self
No, you put it all in
ingredient
and it-
into the maker, and it mixes it by itself.
Yeah, it mixes it and then it.
You
It
just
cooks
throw
it.
exact amount of flour, egg, or whatever, sugar, salt, and yeast, and all that stuff. You leave it. Set up the time when you want to have your bread ready for you, and then you
Okay.
leave it. And then
Oh.
you woke up at morning, and then those thingy make like microwave. Ping! It's ready. Nice and fresh, warm bread.
Something like that, yeah.
Electronic
one,
Scrapper,
so I
you're
know.
welcome up anytime to show us what
That's
you're
what
doing
it says on the
channel.
tin. Bread maker. It's a maker of bread.
I thought you had to do the dough and everything first and mix it yourself and then just leave it in there to cook it.
No, you don't. You just
Ugh.
you just put the ingredients in.
ingredients
all
in
it
and let it work
mixes
away.
it in.
Ah.
It
I'll have
worked
to buy
quite
one,
well,
so
you know. I quite
make my
often
own bread.
doing it. Yeah, but very easy way to make your own bread.
Yeah.
How are selling bread makers at the moment?
I quite often use that thingy to just pre-mix the self dough, and before it's get into the self baking stage, I just take out the dough and just make like tiny buns instead of bread, and just drop it into the oven.
I wonder if you got an old one of them you didn't need anymore and you turned it on with the heat and you put your boards in, would there be enough heat to let the components fall off?
It might. I mean, tin melts at
yeah.
like 250 Celsius.
Yeah.
230-ish.
That might be a little experiment. If I get hold of an old bread maker sometime, I might just see how it works.
You can also just use an oven, an old oven.
Yep.
If you
Yeah,
have
but
one.
No, Irish. There was some time when I used you got the board grills, electric ones.
Yeah.
You know that
Yeah,
bugger.
yeah.
I use that for the depopulating of the boards at some point.
Okay. Because mobile phone boards, especially, you can get a good pile of them into the bread maker and let them heat away there. And if you could take it off, then just shake off all the components.
I haven't used the bread maker. I use those
Stick with
tiny
SIM card
grills,
soup.
tiny grill
SIM card
grills,
soup.
electric one.
Yeah, no. I just wonder would a
We've
bread
got
maker.
plum broth and SIM card soup.
I'll have to try that sometime. I'll have to try and get a
Yes.
bread maker that someone has thrown out that still works. And see
I
will
see
it
people
work.
using the gas grill to do that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen
but,
people use the
they
barbecue
use
grills and stuff like that.
Blowtorch.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I use the
they-
blowtorch and I use the heat gun
blowtorch.
and I use.
Blowtorch is the wrong way. Too many fumes and it's burned too fast.
I know that's the other thing. You have to hold it away from it, and you have to. If you hold it too close, it set fire to it.
Heat
and
gun.
The fumes and it's terrible.
Yeah, heat gun too much energy.
Hair dryer.
Hair dryer not happening.
enough temp.
You can take Eva's hair dryer.
Hey, come on!
Uh,
I try all that
plastic.
stuff, Parky. Come on.
Is the yolk inside? Is it stainless steel or is it aluminium? It's stainless steel, I presume.
This part.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's a
Yeah,
steel.
That would
Yeah,
be stainless.
Very, very much magnetic.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
No.
It
I
got
thought it was
some
stainless.
cover? Teflon thingy or something, whatever.
I
No.
don't know.
Doesn't look like.
No, it's just,
Nah, but
just
it's
steel.
just the chamber. You got to still put like.
Yeah, there's a little bucket
separate-
you put in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bucket
yeah.
for the bread. Okay.
I'm not sure where the bucket is. I think it's somewhere in my basement, or I might have taken it apart already and dumped it in with my aluminium, because that was all aluminium, I think.
Ro, what you missed was we're talking about bread makers and could we use an old bread maker to depopulate boards?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Here's,
got
this is from another one. The bottom part here. This is a cast aluminium, and this is just sheet aluminium. And then there's this
Okay.
little scoop in there that like goes around, and this
Oh,
is
that's
also cast aluminium.
what's, yeah, that's a stirrer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're for mixing the dough.
Oh. So that's in there, and that goes around, stirring
And
the
just
thing.
You
mix the stuff
spin
into
me
it, yeah.
right
Yeah.
round, baby, right round.
And there was a nice either phosphor bronze or silica bronze. Usually, if it's phosphor bronze, it's more orangey. If it's silica bronze, it's more yellowish. So keep those separate and try to make bronze ingots out of those at some point.
Did you bring any of the copper to the scrapyard yet? You were on about last week. You were on about maybe bringing.
No, I still have a lot to process. And I'm going to see about my number 2 copper and keep all my nice number 1 copper, the clean copper pipes and the clean wire for casting, and turn in all the number 2.
And
Well,
any insulated copper
there's
wire.
so much I have to separate still, and like stuff like this. Where did I put the thing? I have a lot of these.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
So you just smash these with a hammer and then get all the coils out. If I turn them in like this, I get like copper motors or whatever, which is 70 cents a kilogram, I think, maybe 75 a kilogram over here. But if I just turn in the wire, I get like €7 a kilogram. So
Yeah, big difference.
it's
By just
a
hitting
lot
with a
more
hammer.
profitable.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Welcome
Uh,
in, by the way, Mike. Welcome in. Thanks for dropping
Yeah.
in. Good to see you, sir.
Hi, Mike.
I also have many of these, and
Yes.
sometimes they are a pain, but these have
Yeah.
the welded
The weld
side.
mark.
So yeah, put a chisel on there, and then you break the top part off, and then you can just basically get the copper out. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah. If they've got the weld mark on them, I'll smash them open. If they don't have the weld
yeah, and
mark on them,
I've separated
they're
all
paid.
those as well. So I have a pile of the stuff that I'm going to turn in as is, and then I have a pile that I have to like take all the wire out.
There was some point when I got like a huge pile built up of the transformer, and then I get into them finally, and I took, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours of work on them. I took apart like quite few, but as I look at the pile and what I done over that 2-3 hours time, I said, okay, fuck it, sell it.
I do that while watching stuff on YouTube usually. So
Yeah,
Right.
that's what
I
do
even
now.
take off these things because they are brass. They
I
are
don't
plated
go
brass.
that far. I don't take them off.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, at one of my scrapyard, they called me once. You got to cut away all the pluggies from your wires. I said, okay, fine, let it be. But I
Yeah.
do leave like Ralph just show up those buggers because basically that is the copper, right? So what's the
They are
point to cut them
brass.
away? Copper
They
or
are
brass?
brass
So,
most
but
of
still.
the time. Sometimes they are copper.
But yeah, they
Sometimes
still
they're steel.
ask me to cut it out. Oh well.
Cut it out. And they have this annoying little rubber layer over it, so you're gonna have to like
sometimes.
fiddle with
Okay,
it, try
come
to
on. If it's
squeeze
brass
it
or
out.
copper, and that's
take it
basically just like insulation on the cable, right? Come on.
Yeah, but I just take and then you snip the bit where the copper is, and then you got the tiny little, micro scrapping at its finest.
I hope ewaste Mike is not waiting in the background there because he sees you scrapping that. He might have been feeling better, but you're making him feel worse now.
Yeah, well, I kind of agreed with what he said in his one of his previous videos that a lot of live streams get way too political.
Well, that's why tonight I'm not going to talk about anything but scrapping.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's true. I
Well,
noticed
it gotta be
I
just
scratched
scrapping.
something on my forehead. Now I have like the Hindu thing on my forehead. Should be lower though.
How was that thing called? Tika? Yeah, Tika, I guess.
I don't know.
I think so. I'm not sure. I may be wrong. But anyway, I also agree with Mike. But as well, it's not about the host. Sometimes just guests bring up the subject and you got to go with it.
No, but it is different for people over there because they're way further away from it, and
True.
It's a main thing in the news, so I guess that's why people talk about it a lot.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking about what he said, and he was right in one way because people are probably sick of listening to on the news, so they go onto YouTube to probably escape from it. And the last
Exactly, and then we're talking about it again. Yeah.
And the last thing I want to hear is to hear about it again on YouTube. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
From people who have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, I agree with the sentiment.
Yeah. So I'm going to try from now on to just stick to scrap talk or just general other chat about what people are doing on their channels.
Basically, anything that's not political.
Yeah, because again, a lot of people come onto YouTube to escape from the realities of what's happening on the news all day and listening to that all day. So they want to come on YouTube, a bit of light-hearted fun, a bit of chat about scrap, a bit of chat about e-waste or whatever we say, Parkness fixing his cars.
Okay, then I agree with that. But what if I turn my hairstyle into the Boris Johnson style?
Oh,
make a mohawk. Make a mohawk.
Just leave it.
As a political?
Leave it a few more weeks. You'll be like,
if you leave it long enough, you'll eventually get there.
His sister appeared on the chase.
No, that was just a joke. Come on,
Rachel. My sister Rachel run a celebrity chase.
Crap, last 3-4 days, I farted 7.22 pounds of brass. Making video is interfering. Well, again, yeah, that's the sort of thing. If you're making a living from e-waste or making a living from scrapping, making YouTube videos interferes with you making your living, because to make a video takes twice or maybe 3 times as long to scrap out an item if you weren't making a video.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah.
Well,
So,
in some cases, it's
one
even
of-
5 times. Like, how do
Yeah.
you turn a project of an hour into a project of 5 hours?
make a YouTube video.
of it.
Make a video. Yeah.
You know, so that's why if you're into YouTube videos,
But what's
and
handy? It's
show
like some jobs where you've got to do both sides. You only actually video one side. You know, like you're changing brake pads.
yeah,
You only do one side, and then you just do other side off camera.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
10
exactly
times
so.
quicker.
yeah, 10 times quicker at least. Hey, Granny, and
Well,
the bear
it's
scrapper,
true when you're not
welcome in.
filming. You do one side, then the other side's quicker.
Yeah. But
Bring
no,
it, bro.
I can
Why
see
not?
myself, like if I'm doing a video on, we'd say, scrapping out a PC, it takes in total, we'd say, between videoing it, setting it up, stopping, starting, whatever. The video might
And then
be
the
a
editing?
30 yeah, the video
Well,
might
it
be a
depends
30
on your
minute video.
on your style as well. If you're just doing it in one,
Yeah.
in one continuous take, it's not going to take long, is it? You just start the camera and just
And that's
do it.
I think, because at least you can
What's that?
stop the camera and
Yeah, I can hear something. Not me. Not Ralph. Not Raphael. Getting this high pitched.
Let me just mute yourself for a bit.
Yeah.
No, mute yourself. Now it's gone.
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 It is you.
Gone.
You're still
You
muted.
Your dildo gets active or something. Come on.
That was weird.
You're still muted.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
There it is again. Yep. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
I can't hear it. It's gone.
Butt plug gets activated.
What does it sound like?
Replace the battery on it. Come on.
Replace battery on what?
You're a bit quieter than before.
Yeah, but the beeping is louder.
What's internet?
There's a high pitched sound going.
Irish, do you use external camera or something with
it's,
the mic?
it's definitely gone at my end.
I'm using an external camera with the mic.
I still hear it.
Reconnect it, buddy. Try to reconnect it.
Okay, I'm going to go off screen for a few minutes.
No, you
and
don't
I'll be
need
back.
to go off the screen, but
Coming
just
back,
reconnect
it's
the
coming
camera and put it back.
Yeah.
Park Nest is too old, he can't hear it.
Not that old, you cheeky.
Yeah, it's something with his mic or something or connection.
Yeah, I did hear
Yeah.
it come back though. Yeah, it gone
Could-
then it
could
come
be.
back.
Some weird interference. Never had that.
Who's in charge? And is it you, Raphael? Looks like you're in charge.
Iris rarely has technical difficulties.
No.
You know, last time I get that quite often. Like yesterday, I get like
Could be a
throw out.
StreamYard
My
thing.
internet was
Yeah, StreamYard
gone
can be a
at
bit
some point.
troublesome audio wise.
Microwave
Okay,
oven is
I've-
making
I've
interference.
just started a different camera for a second. I've just done the laptop camera, so it's all bad. So is
Yeah.
it still there with the laptop camera?
No,
No, it's
No, it's
all right
fine.
now.
Okay, I'm
Go
going
on.
to change the camera now back to the other one, and we'll see what happens.
Well, since it's a sound thing, I'm not sure if it's the
Hi,
camera.
Alex. He's frozen.
No, I'm just changing the camera. So
Oh,
is it
that's
back?
better. That's better.
Yeah, sound
That's
is
better,
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work
Loud
away
and
with that.
clear and no noise.
No more high pitched sound.
Well, there was no more high pitched sound, but you're about to have a high pitched sound.
Oh boy. Oh, there we go. I was about to say it's
Hey,
going to be
oh,
Anfield.
Hey, Brother Lee.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, Lee. Oh, if he got the microphone
Can't hear
active,
you.
Can't hear you, Lee.
we may have the high pitch
Was
sound.
he
hear
actually
Lee.
talking?
Yeah, he's trying to.
He's having technical difficulties now as well.
Statistical difficulties.
His live stream were all right.
I was there for a while. I leave the thumbs up, but I didn't enjoy the chatting. I mean, I didn't.
Sorry, we can't hear you, Lee.
Didn't begin to chat. Oh yeah, that's the word.
What you call Scrapper Dave reckons the dogs were howling in America because of high pitched sound. Who else did I see coming in there? Alexander.
Can you hear me
Smith.
now?
Yes.
No.
Oh, good.
No.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, you don't want to hear him.
Odd things today because I had no problems on the live stream.
No, it's working now anyway. You're okay.
It's not that, Parknest. It's not that. We're just playing with Lee.
No, I would have been up earlier, but I was filming part 1 of a video I've got to start filming.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what I was just talking about there, about video and before my microphone or whatever went high pitch.
Yeah.
Was
My videos take... I can film something, and it's got to be done in about 3 parts, because how long it takes me to do a build.
You talk too much, probably.
I could be working.
That's usually my problem.
3 weeks.
Yeah, see, sometimes I just say, right, I'm going to do a video. I'm not going to talk much on this video, but I just can't help it. I just keep talking.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I got a segment that I'm doing stuff where I can easily speed it up, but I actually start talking about something that's related to the video that I want to keep in the video. So then I can't speed up that part because otherwise it's not going to be.
I haven't worked that bit out yet. How to speed up videos?
I know that well.
It's you do it in editing. Or another way, if you want to shoot a particular sequence without having to speed up your footage, you just set your camera to time lapse if you're so equipped.
You know, every time when
the next videos I'm doing now is
you can't do it on the phone.
Because all the last video that I brought,
just speed up in editing
before my laptop went down, and now my laptop's back up and running and working well. I've got another editor that I quite like, that I'm happy with.
I'm going to do a little experiment here with you because I want to see how much of a delay is there on everyone's camera, because there at that time there's 3 bucks trying to talk at the same time. And I don't know, is it because it's delays or people aren't hearing each other? So I'm just going to say, Raphael, do you, when I say, I'm just going to say, clap my hand. Tell me when you hear it. Okay, so about 2 second delay. Parknest. Oh, that's longer. Where are we there? Anfield Road.
That was, I didn't, about 2 seconds.
I thought you hadn't heard it for about 10 seconds. Here. Okay. And then Ralph. That's about 2 seconds. So the longest there was Parknest and Lee. He seemed to have a longer delay than the other 2 guys. I don't know why.
I noticed that today though.
This is just through StreamYard.
I noticed with my stream, I had about 4 people up on the stream, and there was 2 of them that had delays, that were bad delays.
Romantic said back in his day he played that game. And hey, David Young, welcome in, David Young. Good to see you. No, it's just that sometimes people talk over each other on streams, and I'm just wondering, is it because of the delays, or is it just that they don't hear each other and stuff like that? That's because it can be annoying for people in the chat listening if 3 people are talking at the same time and they don't know, you know, it just can be annoying for people. I just want to see why sometimes it can be delays that causes that.
Yeah. It's like when I started my stream before, it was hilarious. I started streaming, next minute I had to put my headphones in because it was getting an echo. It was weird. It was StreamYard having glitches.
Well, I think YouTube are having glitches at the moment. I think YouTube are having a few issues. I've seen people online complaining about issues.
I had glitches about 2 weeks ago with YouTube.
Quite hard to get in between those 2 guys as well.
A glitch in the matrix. Oh, what's this?
Yeah, you're having trouble getting in there, Raphael. Miss Southern Belle, welcome in. as well. What were you going to say, Raphael? Anyhow?
Maybe sudden bell.
I forget already. Come on.
Oh, stop the
No.
lights. When are you going to start doing some more pours, Ralph? When are you going to be doing more castings?
I'm hoping that I will, by the time the summer starts here and the weather is almost continuously good enough for doing casting, at least outside, that I'll have everything sorted and have my last bit of the scrapyard runs done, and then I can do, like, I don't know, a couple of pours at least, maybe 5, maybe 10, I don't know. I have a lot of ideas of things to do and some experiments that I want to try, and I have like half filmed projects, either of devices that I have scrapped out that I want to, because I saved the scrapped out parts that I want to melt, that I want to then turn into a pouring part of the video. So there'll be scrapping and pouring in one video.
Okay. So you'll be going from the item and then ending up with a bit like Big Stack, where he takes his items and then but you won't be pouring a bar, you'll be pouring something else probably, is it?
No, I'll start with bars usually, because when I make a project, I then melt the bars. Because if you start with the crap metal and then do the project from there, then you might get all kinds of inconsistencies in there. So if you first make a bar and then remelt the bar, you have basically clean metal without anything in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Unless you're melting something that is already clean.
And to be honest, for us to film that, that's gonna take like 3 hours video time.
Yeah.
After
what
editing,
temperature were I live?
Come on.
At the moment, David, we have about 16, 17 Celsius.
Oh, it was a bit warm over today.
In the summer, we sometimes get like 25 to 30, but 30 is quite rare over here. If we get 30, everyone's like this.
We get between, usually during the summer, if it's a sunny day or good days, we get maybe 22 to 25s.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Today we had 18 degrees or 19 at one stage, I think. And then for the weekend, next weekend, we're promised snow. So there we go. So it's going to go from 19 degrees this weekend. No, they're actually going, if you look at the weather forecast for the next week, it's going from 19 degrees down to 5 degrees or 4 degrees again.
Since when can you believe that? They promised us snow earlier on, we never got it.
Did you not get snow? We got snow this year. Did you not get any snow in England this year, no?
Well, I did have some earlier on, but when they said it was going to be snow,
we had none.
Hadn't it for ages?
You can keep it. We don't want it.
Don't send it over here.
Snow.
Whatever we get, you eventually get. So if we get the storm, you get it a day later.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Storm, we get it the day
whatever comes in off the Atlantic comes to us first and heads to you then.
It's not the same with the STDs. Or the STIs, whatever you want to call them.
Whichever you want yourself. It can get up to 48 degrees Celsius. Where are you, David Young? Where did it get up to 48? Because the hottest place I ever was at the Hoover Dam. That was 50 degrees one day.
It's like sort of border with Arizona and Nevada.
Yeah, the Hoover Dam, or
Australian outback.
Yeah, it was 50 degrees Celsius that day. It was like it'll melt you. It was that hot.
I had 45 to 48 when I was on holiday in Hungary, but that was some time ago. But over here, like the hottest we ever got was like 35, but that was pretty rare.
Poland gets.
It's got to be Area 51.
Don't they, Raphael? Don't Poland get some nice warm summers?
Can't tell. Top secret.
Sometimes,
so probably somewhere in the Nevada desert.
Yeah, he must be out there too. In that, he must be out in
It's got to be Area 51.
Back in a minute.
It's way too hot, I must say.
my Wi-Fi network is actually called Area 53.
I'd rather to have Danish summers.
Area 51.
Not Dutch, not a Dutch
Question
summer. Not a Dutch summer.
Only
I don't
Ralph
know
knows
that
where I
summer.
live. He knows I'll kill him if he tells anyone.
Only Ralph knows where I live. I do. I think you mentioned it
What was that?
in a private Facebook message at some point. I forgot. I meet
Just
so
remembered.
many people on YouTube that can't keep up. Unless I talk to someone
Oh, yeah.
like a long time and like multiple times a day, then I remember.
Very windy where Miss Southern Belle is.
Presumably
So
somewhere in the south of the
I
United
think the
States.
weather's changing here. We've had like a week and a half now of sun, and it's lasting until Wednesday. So, and then it's going to go back to rain and snow and cold and wet. So, I have to try and get as much scrapping
Miserable.
done tomorrow again. When I'm off work tomorrow, I have to go and do as much scrapping out of stuff I've out in the thing. I have a good collection of steel and stuff like that for pop scrap to get off me. So, oh, someone dropped off. Who dropped off? Lee. Lee dropped off.
Lee dropped off.
Oh, the missus must have pulled the plug on him.
Could have been, yeah.
Dishes too got to be washed. Come on.
He's in an abusive relationship. The missus keeps pulling the internet.
What are you scrapping out there, Raphael? Were you going scrapping out a laptop, are you?
No, I just looking. Actually, as Lee said, he got problem with the laptop. I just realized that I'm supposed to try to reveal one of my buggers to give it to someone.
What is that word
I
you use? Rebuild. I don't know what that is. Rebuild. All I know is scrap out.
Hey, come on, that's still good machine.
Oh. No.
Speaking of
No, you
which,
don't repair.
I found a nice clock in my basement that I found at some point.
No, okay.
Well, that is a nice clock.
Yeah. All it needs is a battery. It's a very simple clock, and then you can hang. I don't feel like taking this apart because it's in fairly good condition. Is there anyone who wants this?
Anyone that works in a garage now, that'd be nice in their garage.
Yeah, exactly. It's
No,
kind of cool car.
that'd be nice for your repair.
The 12 and the 6, and
No, the
You
thing
got
about that clock is it'll be right twice a day.
yeah, if you don't put a battery in it.
Battery
so-
in. Hey, Johnny
Replaced
Fowler.
the battery on this one today, and then it's stuck on. I just put the new battery, and it's stuck on 12.
Oh, is that what time you got up today? It stuck at 12 o'clock when you got up.
Nah, I woke up before 12, even today. Not myself. I get help. Reset.
I rebuild. I hate to scrap unless it's dead. Oh, Alexander, I scrap everything.
Alexander, I have a couple of coins that I have no use for. Let me see if I can.
What, the guilders or
I think
something?
no, I think these are all French. Let me have a look at it. These are all French francs, and France also has the euro. So let me see if I can get this on camera. Some of them are a bit smooched, but yeah. Oh no, I think these are Belgium francs. 1 franc. So has I don't know who on there. 1963. Yeah. Let's see. I have a bigger one. This is a 5 franc one, I think. Come on. You can do it. Sometimes when there's light on there, it will focus. Maybe not. Anywho, I have a stack of some coins that I either just toss away. And I also have a stack.
David Young said he wants some of them coins as well.
Oh, really? I also
Yeah,
have a
David
stack
has
of
a question
aluminium
there, yeah.
coins. These are all made of aluminium, so they weigh basically nothing. But they're not actual coins. They are
Tokens.
they are collectible things. Come on, there you go. So Shell had a soccer top 20 of the 1970s, and it has all the Dutch soccer players from
Yes.
that era
So it
on
must
it.
be that World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup stuff, and they're all different.
Because I believe
think
it's
there's
in
like 20
Mexico.
of them. Yeah.
Do you see the question you're being asked there by David Young?
Yeah,
Do I
see
play
that.
first-person
see
shooters
on-
or RPGs? I play both.
I see. Be honest.
The last first-person shooter game I've played was Doom Eternal,
Just asking
which
Rafael.
still haven't finished.
Rafael was he was asking, sorry.
Was it Rafael? Oh,
Yeah. I said
Rafael
Rafa.
plays
This one
Fortnite.
was for you. That one was for you. The one where he said he'll take the coins.
Oh, okay. Well, you just
I highlighted the wrong one.
messed it up. So I figured it was for me.
I knew there was a question for you there somewhere. You know, but yeah, I haven't played anything on the PlayStation in about 6 months. I'm going to have to find a good game to play. Any
I'm
suggestions, guys?
still playing the Horizon game. I'm 110 hours in, and the end is still nowhere in sight. So I'm not sure how long it's going to go for.
And how many hours did the first one last?
Well, that depends. I think I put like between 80 and 100 hours in my first playthrough. But I didn't discover like everything in the game. And then I redid the game, and then I put like 150 hours in my first in my complete playthrough. And I also did a kind of like a speed run, and I think you can go through the whole thing in like 10 hours if you just go for the main quest. But that's because you know what to do and what to expect. And but it just differs on play style, I guess. So on average, about like I guess 100 hours.
Another question for you, Rafael.
Again? Fallout New Vegas. Of course I just played that game. Come on.
I like the Fallout
whole
series.
of Fallout.
Yeah.
That's awesome game. Especially I,
actually own a
love the
Pip-Boy.
second version. Second part, I mean. They make it those stupid ways this the game can be ended. And you cannot just play like you want. There's so many options in that game. Holy crap.
I still love that Days Gone game. I wish they'd done a second one of them.
Which one?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. I don't know that actually.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
Best Fallout game ever. Yeah, true. Agree. I'm just looking through this
Silver,
laptop,
check
and
the dates.
all of those deals. I think I check out like number 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them doesn't have fun. Why is that?
Passively cooled, maybe.
No, I don't think so, because there is like heatsink and everything. There is just missing fun.
Well, the heatsink is for passive cooling, but yeah.
I don't think it's
finally.
got it.
And
No,
what a surprise, magnetic. So yeah.
Let's try another one.
As a
Thank
fan.
No fun. And water damage.
It's my biggest fan.
Where'd you get all them laptops from?
Scrapyard.
Oh, I wish I had a scrapyard like your scrapyard where I could go in and just get e-waste.
You know, it's at the same time. It is blessing and the curse. I'm telling you. When I went there, I see the stuff what I can have. Holy crap! I cannot stop myself to grabbing this thing. Last time I did count how much I take scrap from one of my scrapyard, and it's turned out I bring home like 3 tons, exactly 3,000 kilograms of the scrap from the scrapyard to home.
Oh, I wish I was doing that. I wish I could get all that e-waste. My God, I would have.
And
so
now
much
is the sad part. I got to go there and pay for it.
Well, what you should do is strip it out, and then you'll be bringing back aluminium, and you'll be bringing back steel to them, and you won't owe as much.
Yeah. That's how I deal
Yeah.
with them. You know,
Yeah.
I deliver them like I went there whatever I want. I just get whatever I want. I just write down the weight, how much I did bring, and
Yeah.
when I went to the, let's say, trade of alu or whatever, I didn't take my money. I just write down the number, how much I deliver to them. And after a few months or at some point, we just meet each other with the owner of the scrapyard, and we just divide that. Listen up. I take, for example, 3 tons of mixed electronics or whatever. And then mixed electronics cost, let's say, 3 crowns per kilo, and then we bring back the numbers what I give it to them, and then we count down, let's say 1 ton of shred, 1 ton of alu or something or whatever, and then we divide it, and what is extra, that's for me, what is not extra, that's for them. So straightforward.
Yeah.
So basically, you are an employee of the scrapyard because you take care of their scrap. You take it apart, then bring it back, but you don't really get paid wages for it.
Yeah, kind of,
Yeah,
but
You get paid e-waste.
You get paid in e-waste. Yeah.
I don't
E-wages.
really care about that
E-wages,
because
yeah.
I do that for fun and I enjoy doing that. So, and in
Yeah,
most
why not?
cases, I end up with good profits. So, I think I will be on plus about 10k crowns. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, if I had a scrapyard that let me do that, I'd be down there every day seeing what they had.
Believe me, Irish. At some days, I just say no. I'm not gonna go to scrapyard today. I'm not gonna go there. I just pass by. Because if I
would
went
be able-
there,
I would be able
I'm
to
pretty
drive by.
sure I'm gonna grab something, right?
I might be getting another e-waste pickup because the guy I got the last one off, he has another building now, and he's going renting the building out. He thinks he might have someone to rent the building out, and he needs to clear out all the e-waste out of there. If he does get another person to rent the building, so then that means I'll get that as well. So hopefully that person does go ahead and rent that building.
Sounds good. Holy crap!
Aha! Another nice clean piece of cast aluminium for the pile of casting aluminium.
All of those bugger got no fans. Why?
Because nobody likes them.
Oh,
But there is place for fan. There is pluggy for connecting the fan.
Yeah, but nobody likes them, so there's no fans.
different type of fan.
I need that fans. At least one.
Now, how am I gonna get this off? This is annoying. Let's see here. Probably a way to do this.
Oh, move yourself, you bugger. Oh, another one. Yep, no fun.
Need to scrap the CPU out of the old PC and laptops. Yeah.
Raphael, how many laptops do you think you have in your shed or your basement?
I believe it's close to 100 pieces.
We're getting
I'm
there.
not
We're
sure.
getting there.
I'm not sure. I lose my count at some point.
I really don't like working on laptops.
Yeah, the amount of screws in a laptop is the most annoying. thing about it.
Tiny screws.
It depends when you got to repair the laptop or you got to scrap it. It's different.
There's no
That is
repair,
true.
just scrap it.
There is, and there is a lot of fun to repairing that stuff. Believe
Oh
me.
no, I don't have the patience. The time you were trying to do the repair job on your crucible thing, the burn.
Oh, this little bugger! Holy crap!
Oh my god! I said, how has he got the patience for that? Gluing it all back together.
Hey, I do that.
But
But then again, you do micro scrapping. So how do you have the patience for that?
Because I don't know, it's therapeutic. That is. The other thing is like trying to put
Yeah.
a jigsaw. The other thing was like trying to put a jigsaw together with a piece missing.
hey,
So-
come on! As I take it apart and all those tiny pieces fall out of those insulation, what else can I do? Right? I got to put it back somehow together.
David Young has a question there, guys. What else is in a laptop that's worth scrapping out? Well, I look for, I scrap everything out of the laptop. So I go after the board because the board will have IC chips. It'll have maybe a gold corner BGA
Hard
chip on it.
drive,
It'll have your hard drives, which have gold in them. It'll
Yeah.
your
have,
RAM,
It'll have RAM.
gold figures on your RAM stick.
Yeah. There's even gold pins where the battery meets on the board. They have
And other
gold
connectors.
gold connecting pins on there.
The heat pipes are copper. The
Yeah.
heat sinks are aluminium. Sometimes the part of the frame is magnesium. And
Okay, I see.
even in the plastic, there's sometimes where the screws go in. There's the little brass
Inserts.
yeah, those inserts. Yeah, you can even take those out. So.
I
I
think
see.
Raphael is going to show us
train
something.
and teach you
Yeah.
well, guys. And I don't even need to open my mouth, and everyone begin to say what is good in laptops. Come on,
Yeah.
awesome. Well done, guys. Well
And I'm
done.
not a scrapper.
I was about to highlight you to show everything, but you had no. I thought you had a board taken off, and you were going to point at everything as we were talking about.
Yeah, I wish I had board shorts next to me.
No, I showed that 100 times in my videos and Saturday Scrap Night lives. Come on.
I know. But sometimes it's easier for people to see it when they're in here. They don't want to go
I'm just
through.
looking after the fun for those bagger because those are quite good deals. But none of them got.
David, if you go back to any one of either me, Raphael, I'd say maybe Gill Skills, any of the scrappers, I think everyone has done scrapping out a laptop at some stage on their videos. But I will do one in the future again.
I'm
David.
not going to. Not enough to melt in
Keep
there.
an eye out now, David. I'll do one in the future for you. That would give me an excuse to do a laptop that I have about 10 laptops I need to scrap out, so that gives me an excuse to do them.
Oh, that's the old bugger. Holy crapoly, look at that. That's old one. But
I think, David, you look. I think I have one there where it was.
It's gonna go
Where I
to
scrapped
scrap.
out 50 laptops in one go. So I have a video there somewhere for that.
You know, David Young, put the model name, and I can make you a video out of it.
Yeah, more than likely you
guess.
have the model. He'll have the exact
Probably
model.
I have it somewhere.
He'll have the exact model somewhere in there.
This could be like retro one. It's totally complete. Come on, Fujitsu
Oh.
Amilo. That's old little bugger for what that has Windows XP, I guess. I think so. Doesn't seem like. Fujitsu Siemens Amilo. Model? Any model? Oh, it got Pentium 4 inside. Holy crapoly.
A Pentium 4.
Wow. That's retro. Retro thing.
Almost, yeah. Pentium 4. Wow.
When did they stop making the Pentium 4s?
About
2002.
Oh,
About
really?
20 years ago.
Yeah, they're about 20 years old. Yeah.
Any date on this bugger? Somewhere?
Send me a link because I'm too lazy to look for a video.
I'm looking for it now. I'm looking for one of the links. Let me have a look.
There should be
Why?
date
Why
on
is
the
this not
battery,
coming
right?
out?
Somewhere.
Never had this much trouble with it. Partners, mute your coughs, please. They're 5 times louder than everything
Whoa,
else here.
Just one of them.
Oh,
No, this is the 4th one I've heard, at least that I've took note of.
Oh, clearly nothing better to do.
Count your
But,
costs.
you know, annoying stuff gets my attention sometimes. Why is this not working? Oh, it's because I was hammering it earlier. It mushroomed over. I'm an
mushroom.
idiot.
Shroomies.
I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to grind it away.
There you go, David. There's a video I done of scrapping out an old Philips laptop one time.
I'm gonna be a dentist now. I'll mute this.
Yeah, David, yeah. Back when I was in my 50s. Oh, I'm going to have to bar you now from the channel for that one. But yeah, I nearly finished the video. Well, I have finished the video for Poosmate, but I haven't uploaded it yet. I know she's not in. I haven't seen her in here tonight, but of the one where I done these RJ connectors, but I still found another bunch of them today when I was out in the shed, so I'd have to add them to my collection.
Okay.
Anyone know what roughly insulated copper wire is going at the moment? Because I think I have about 300 kgs of insulated copper wire to cash in.
€4 a kilogram over here.
Oh, that'd be nice if I got the same. So that means I would have about 1,200 quid worth of insulated copper wire.
I got no idea. Sorry.
You enjoy listening to him cough, admit it. Right.
It's his fault.
It's still consumed over. I think it is. This is gonna take quite some grinding. Dang it.
Dang it.
I still haven't found my little Dremel. There's my battery powered Dremel. It still hasn't been turned up anywhere. Oh, we've someone down the basement. Give me a second.
Oh, we
Now,
gotta get to this. Awesome.
This person, when I let you up out of the basement, remember, if someone is speaking, you don't speak over them. Guess who it is?
Hello.
Hello, the Alex.
Alex, welcome.
Hello.
What are
New
you
camera angle.
That's a new camera angle. Yeah, I was just about to see what you're doing. You're not going to show your face, Alex. There we go.
Is that your hospital bed?
Look at all the phones he's got.
Scrap. Awesome.
That's what Brissy was saying over the video call. The video call the other day. Messenger. He was like when he saw all the boxes. He's like, and I told him what was in them. He was like, "You what?" And he's like, and he mentioned as in you, fun enough, and somebody else. And he's like, they would have a field day at it if we saw that. I was like, I know.
How many mobile phones have you got, Alex?
That many I don't have lost. That many I've lost count. I was laughing this afternoon because I'm like, is it basically a coin shop or is it a mobile phone shop? And I was laughing about it, thinking that's funny.
Hey, Miss Canadian Scrapper, welcome in. Good to see you.
Hello.
So, Alex, what are you planning? Are you just collecting them phones up and hoping to sell them back on again, or are you repairing them, or what do you do with them?
Oh, the guy that was, it's very much like what Raphael was saying there, but I've actually bought them off the actual source. But I think what he's waiting for is me to put them back on eBay, as in to buy them back, as in redone, as in repaired and actually working. I think that's his intent. I think that's his intentions. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. And then what happened is he lost his mum just recently. So he was trying to get money for as in his mother's to pay his mother's funeral.
Okay.
But I don't work like Raphael. I don't work like as in take so much stuff out and then take it back. I buy it as an off the person, so that basically the property then belongs to me. But if they want to buy it back, that's up to them. As in, what if I decide to put it on eBay? Because that's where I originally found them off of, was eBay. That's where I found them.
Okay.
And then instead of him dealing with me on the eBay, he decided that it was better to do it over Facebook Messenger. So he actually got me on Facebook and then started dealing with me on Messenger.
What were you going showing us there, Raphael? Were you going showing us something?
Yeah, I was trying. This thingy get like powered on,
Oh,
but it won't anymore. Oh well,
oh, so it's broken.
it is broken now. I break it.
What do you do with these power blocks, Raphael? Do you break them open and get the copper out of them, or do you just
No,
them
I just
in.
break them open and drop them into the low grade power boards and all that stuff.
Okay?
I had 80 kilograms of those adapters, power bricks, and stuff. I broke all the pins out of the plugs, but I turned all the and I took those out on most of them, and I just turned them in for breakage. I got 40 cents a kilogram.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! See the tiny diode right there? Blinking.
What? Where? Oh yeah.
Power button.
So not working?
Hold on. See what
Oh,
happens.
something's happening. Yay! Booting.
Gone.
You fixed it.
It's almost working. Come on.
Which thing out? There'll be a password on it. You'd have to reset the whole lot.
No, I think the battery, the battery in the PC is died. So probably it needs a little bit of charge up for the cell battery, and the inside system battery as well is probably dead. But it's got indication of charging, so that's good sign.
Cool.
Anyway.
Why are we only 4 again? WatchBot's gone.
Alex dropped off.
Alex dropped again. Alex's internet, of course. It's a zombie laptop run. I am back just feeding the snake. What did you feed the snake? What did the snake have for dinner today? Mouse? Rat? Another
Yep.
rat?
A frog.
Sneaky,
Frog.
snily thingy.
Oh, I hear a bleep. Who's in the...
I heard the
Oh,
bleep as well.
I heard the bleep, and it's Mr. Gill Skills.
I was about to say it's probably Gil Skills.
Howdy, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome in, sir.
Gills.
What's going
Gil-
on?
So, do you break these power blocks up, Gil, or do you just... What do you do with these power blocks on the laptops when you find them?
I usually put them in with my power supplies and whatnot. I don't usually break them up.
Right, and I have about, I'd say, again, about 100 kgs of them, so I don't know whether to break them up, or I'll see what price they'll give me them as they are, and then I'll decide whether it's, if they give me more for breaking them off, I'll just hit them with a hammer and take out the boards and see what we have.
Get a couple of big needle nose pliers and just pull the brass pins out.
Yeah,
That can add up
That
pretty
too.
quick.
yeah. Get the brass pins out of it.
Yeah, some scrap yards will make you take the plastic off. Some won't.
Yeah, I like to get rid of the plastic casing out of them.
Yep, I do too.
So what are you up to today? What are you working on?
I was just taking apart an old VCR.
Oh yeah,
I'm
low
still
grade
kinda-
board, low grade
Yeah.
board.
Some cast aluminium in the older ones sometimes.
Yeah, there's some cast aluminum in here.
Yeah.
You might get a few relays on them as well the odd time.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just difficult to get all the steel out. There's a lot of steel pins in there usually. But I dump them in the somewhere in the middle of my cast aluminium, so when I dump it in at the scrapyard, they don't notice.
Oh, there's a couple of IC chips on here, and
there, we'll make it bigger so we can see.
yeah, a couple of
Yeah,
flat
there's a
packs.
few IC chips on
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
There's
let's
something.
see.
Brown board.
Where is it there? I see
Oh yeah, another one there. Yeah.
There's one right here.
Oh, there's a few on that one. All right.
I thought I saw a crystal oscillator, but maybe no, guess not.
Again, what do you do with your crystal oscillators? I just collect them up, but I haven't done anything with them. Like I have tubs of crystal oscillators lying around the place, and I haven't done a thing with them.
I don't know. I guess it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll take them off the board. Sometimes I won't. But I've got a bunch of them too saved up.
Yeah, it's just I always say, I'm going to get the silver out of them eventually, because most of them is just silver that's in them. The odd one will have some gold in them, but it's mainly silver that's inside them. But you need a lot of acid to get them because of the amount of metal is on them. So
I don't plan on refining them. I'm just going to sell them to board sort.
Yeah. Well, if I had a board sort here, I just do that as well. I just sell everything to board sort.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they
make your money
amazing.
quicker.
Yeah.
You know.
I wish there was a board sort here.
And healthier.
And healthier. You know. But sometimes it's fun doing a bit of refining as well. As Raphael said, when you do the like the relays with him with the silver on them, it's nice to see that bar of silver at the end of it that you've done it all yourself. You know.
Oh yeah.
Well, same for the gold, even though it's a tiny smidge. You can say, I made this little thing myself. Hey, it's booting up.
Booting up, these little buggers. All I got to do is just get rid of the battery.
So what are you going to do with them? If you get them running, Raphael, are you going to sell them?
For 1.8 gigahertz.
Wow.
5 checking NVRAM. 516,000 kilobytes. Ho ho! Wow. What am I gonna
that's
do with
probably
it?
shared RAM.
Probably I'm gonna scrap it, but before I do that, I'm gonna play with it a little bit. What else I can do with that? Come on.
All I do is I wouldn't even switch them on. I just scrap them straight away.
Okay, boot menu. Come on. I don't want to boot from CD-ROM. Come on. Come on. Show me.
So that's what was inside that power board. And
Oh, there is something in the CD drive. Oh.
What's in there? What is it?
DVD Taxi 2.
Oh. Awesome.
I cannot put out of
I was
that.
hoping it was going to be an adult film that would come out for you.
Nope. Pre-Semi K was ready. Okay. Pre-Semi K was ready. Boot.
Yeah, so the only thing in these boards that I see there that I'll take off maybe is I'll pull off the copper transformer. Might pull off the little bit of aluminium and pull out the brass on that side, and that's it. And then probably sell it as a low grade board if they buy it as a low grade board after that.
Well, I get 40 cents for breakage, and I get 40 cents for circuit board. So if I leave the plastic on, I get paid for the plastic.
Oh yeah. Well then you're as well not to. Yeah, I'll have to see if it's worth. Talk to the scrapyard and see if it's worth. You have a little MOSFET there as well, actually, a little MOSFET on the end. So
I only take the MOSFETs that have the little metal plate on them. Some of them are completely plastic, so there's usually not much in there.
I'll have to check and see if this is a completely plastic or has it got a bit of metal on it.
These motor cores sometimes have these little scoops on the side. And this bit is aluminium, and I've seen people just chuck these, but I always take these tiny bits of aluminium off. And the weird thing is, when you take those off, there's a really weird smell to that. I don't know what that is. It's like some type of gas escapes or so, and that always happens to these. Just try that once. If you get any, just break that off and then go, and then it's like a weird smell.
And maybe it's not good for your health. Maybe we should.
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm wondering too. I'm like, geez, you do enough of those rounds, you might find out later on in life that it cut it short.
Yeah.
Just don't lick it. Do not lick it.
Right.
Unless it's everyday soliders and she licks the brass. And she licks the brass.
I'm actually keeping those separate and gonna see what happens when I melt a whole bundle of them. I'm guessing it's aluminium magnesium alloy. I think they call it magnesium.
No, that MOSFET had a bit of copper in it.
Oh,
Ralph.
it did? Ah,
Yeah,
see.
you see
Okay.
the line of copper there when I put it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those I take.
yeah.
Okay, I do see why this thing is not gonna get boot out because it got set up like first boot device. It's floppy.
Oh boy.
Let's go with the. Let's go with the.
See, as soon as I said brass, look who popped in.
That used to be my line whenever
Hello,
there
Nick.
was a chat going on a non-scrapping channel, and someone said aluminium or brass or copper, and I was always lurking, and then I would always put in a comment. Someone say copper, someone say brass.
Yeah, I always say that. I always put it.
I can make.
lurking.
I can make.
And as soon as I hear the word gold, I go, "Did I hear gold be mentioned?"
Yeah.
As soon as I hear the word gold, I pop in. Because sometimes you might be just scrapping something out in the shed, and you just have a live stream going, and you don't have time to be commenting on everything, so you just lurk in the background and listen.
Page up. Okay. ID 0. Okay. Enter.
Ooh, that's the.
Enter.
Now I cut them all, and there's this weird smell lingering. I don't know what that is.
I'd be worried about that smell. If you don't know what
Yes.
it is, I don't think I'd be smelling it too often. So is it hard to get them pins out, Ralph, or is it fairly easy?
No, oh, if you got it like that, then you can just take a couple of big side cutters and just snip
Yeah.
through, and then, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think you can hammer them from the pointy end on the outside. You can hammer them back in. Yeah.
Oh, all right, so they come out this way.
If you got like a little punch, then you just
Yeah.
put it in a vise and go.
Yeah, I might try that. Because again, it might be worth taking all them off if I must have at least
If you
700 of them.
exactly, that's gonna add up. Just
Yeah.
flop a tin or a Pringles can, and then you get some
Yeah.
nice brass there.
Ah,
You
okay.
can send them all over to me, and then I'll cast you a nice golden ingot, and I'll
Yeah.
scrapping iris pins.
There's empty
Stamp on
space. That's why I cannot find the boot device, right?
There's a what?
Right. Yeah. Maybe someone took the hard
Yeah.
drive.
Someone has taken the hard drive out. So that goes back in the scrap pile.
Happy
Wait.
Mother's Day.
I
Is that
supposed
today?
to have one hard drive. What will fit that little pluggy?
Yeah, Mother's Day was today for the UK and Ireland.
Oh, really? When is Mother's
Yeah.
Day in the Netherlands? I have no idea.
Happy Mother's Day
I'm-
to those that it's Mother's Day.
I'm a Google.
Yeah. I was out for. That's what I was saying. I was out for dinner with my mother and that. We went out for dinner today, so to get all the family. So we,
Oh, over here
We
it's
were-
May
oh.
8th
yeah,
on a Sunday.
May 27th, I think, at
Aw.
Raphael, he checked. So they're all different dates.
26.
26, sorry. Hey,
Ian.
Ian Matthews, welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
Hello,
Hey,
Ian.
Hello, Ian.
Oh, wrong one. There we go. Ian Matthews. Hello, sir.
Short post to the Ian Matthews moment.
I see.
At this moment.
You see the blue M&Ms on these boards. You think will they have any silver in them? I wonder. Are they the same
If
as
it's
what
the light
Electronics
blue
Scrapper
ones,
was
I
working on?
guess.
No.
That's what Electronic Scrapper is working on.
Yeah, I might just pull them off as well, and save them up for the silver.
Ooh.
It all depends what price the scrapyard will give me for the boards. If they give me a good price, I'll just put them straight in. If they give me a shit price, I'll just scrap everything out of it. Micro scrap all the boards to bits.
Let's do the Chinesium test.
Oh, can't beat an out
Let's-
Chinesium test.
Let's see. Let's see. Is it? I'm gonna see. I get a nice spot here.
I'm going with copper.
This actually does look kind of like it's actual copper. Probably
Right
not
on.
gonna show up. Not gonna show up on camera that well, probably.
Oh
This
no,
is
it
the
looks like
part that I
copper.
did.
Yeah, looks like
It
copper.
does
Oh, yeah.
look like copper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sweet.
Still
No
focusing
Chinesium.
on my face. There you
Very
go. See,
nice.
it's actual copper. Love you too, Mike.
Oh, he was
Mike.
Mike.
Mike just
Ewaste.
popped in.
Good to see you in, Mike.
So this goes to the pile
Hope you're
to be.
feeling good.
Hello, sir.
This actually has a lot of plastic and other crap in between. Oh well. Oh well.
I'm just looking after hard drive.
In the finished pile.
I know I have it somewhere.
There's something on the board I was going to ask you. Was it any good to take off? Well, I can't find it now. What I was looking at. Oh yeah, I was looking at that little. Let me make it bigger.
Oh, this stuff.
It looks like a little fuse. You see the little thing that looks like a fuse?
Yeah. The caps might be brass.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think are they brass? Are they?
They could be,
Oh,
yeah.
it
And
is
the two
fused,
pins
actually.
that are on there might be brass as well.
Yeah.
Two big pins just sticking up.
Yeah. I think they're back because they were connected to that little 3-pin. They were connected to the back of them, so I presume they are brass. You know.
Yeah, supposed to.
They were connected to that, so I'd say they're brass as well. I don't have a file here beside me. If I did, I'd just have a look and see if it was brass or not. But
Get one of these cheapy USB powered rotary tools. They're
Yeah.
pretty handy for testing for brass. You don't have to use a file, and you don't have to worry about hurting yourself because it basically stops when it touches your skin.
what's called Ian Matthews said it could be nickel copper ins.
Yeah, nickel plated copper. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could be
Oh,
copper
by the
or
way.
brass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about the stopping as it touching, have you seen the safety system on the table saw these days?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! Holy,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
They tested it with a hot dog, I think.
Yeah.
also.
Exactly. Yeah. I see them testing with a hot dog.
Holy crap!
I seen a really cool TikTok video the other day, and it was well, it wasn't TikTok. Was it TikTok or was it YouTube? I was seeing, I forget. But they got this guy, and they covered his hand, or they moved his hand over, we'd say this side, and put a timber piece between it, and they put a fake hand down, so all his brain could see was one good his normal hand and a fake hand, and the far side they couldn't see his proper hand because it was covered by timber, and they got a ruler. And they moved a ruler on his hand that the brain couldn't see, and a ruler on the fake hand that the brain could see. And the brain, he kept doing that for so long. Eventually, the brain started to think the fake hand was the real hand. And when your man took the ruler away and kept moving the ruler on the fake hand, your man, his brain was telling him he could feel the ruler. And your man goes, well, I've not been touching your real hand for ages. So then he got a hammer and he hit down on top of the fake hand, and your man screamed in pain, thinking his brain thought his real hand was hit.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool how it tricks the brain. It's up
Yeah,
there. I
the
think
brain
it's on
works.
YouTube.
Autism. You can
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, it just
That's
tricks the
like
brain.
reverse phantom pain.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just it's done like the brain started to think because it could feel the hand being touched for so long, and eventually your man was just touching the ruler up along the fake hand, and your man was saying, "Oh yeah, I can feel that," and he pinched the fake hand. Your man goes, "Oh, I can feel the pinch. It was just the brain. Brain was making it think that this was happening.
That would work for prosthetic limbs as well. I
Much
guess,
seen that video. It was on Facebook. That's where it was. David Jones seen that video on Facebook as well. I'd like to try that sometime to see does it really work or was that just a fake video? You know?
I would not try that myself.
No, but it's a fake hand. Like you're going to be hitting down on a fake hand. You're not hitting down on a real hand. It's just that your brain thinks that is really your hand by sensory.
Still, if you see someone else reaction to that, that's gonna aware you about what you can feel.
Yeah, but it's he didn't really feel it. The brain made him think that it was pain there, but there was no pain.
That is weird. Yeah.
What they really don't tell you, though, is afterwards how traumatized this person was, and they couldn't really feel their real hand after that and all that.
Yeah, I must find that. If I find that video, I'll send it on to you in an email, and you can have a look at it and see what you think. You know, whether it's real or not, and we'll have to maybe get someone to do it, and they can tell us if it's real. I've hit my hand.
I'm not gonna do that.
It hurt.
I think I'm all set with that. I'll let Scrap and Irish do it.
I pinched my both my fingers some time ago. On my index finger, it's kind of gone now, but on my thumb there's still the little black spot. I still need to like cut around the black spot and just peel that off because there's new skin growing under there. And I think that happened with pliers like these, and I was pinching something, and I basically pinched both ends of my thumb and my index finger.
Yeah, when you get the blood pinches,
And that's not nice. No.
When you get the blood pinches and they leave the black blood inside, you have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this is.
Yeah.
You know, as far as it took to the black state, that's all right. But before that, that's crazy annoying buggers.
Yeah, it took about a day until it stopped hurting.
I do have a habit of putting the snips when I'm doing something. The next thing I catch in here with the snips. Oh. That'll be over sore. Yeah, do you remember that when eating Ralph, when ewaste Mike got his on the live stream cut his finger?
Yes, that was pretty bad. He basically just went, turned his camera off, his mic off, and I think he dropped off panel like a minute or so later.
Yeah,
we only heard from him like 2 days later.
What had happened to him?
Yeah, there was stitches involved, I think.
Yeah, that was a bad one, all right.
You know, after he shut down his mic, there was plenty swear words in there.
Yes.
That wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah, but no, you can do some nasty. I cut my thumb right across there with a snips one day, right down in there, and blood everywhere. And I was there, and all I had beside me was insulation tape, so I just wrapped it in insulation tape.
Hey, why not? It works.
You know, that's all I had.
You probably carried on with your day like nothing happened, right?
Exactly. I had no choice because I had to go to work.
Oh, jeez.
I couldn't ring up work and go, I sliced my finger. They'd just go, come in, you big girl, and just go to work.
Or you could just bleed all over the place and film that. I'm bleeding like a mess. I'm going to have to go to hospital.
Yeah.
Just a couple. Okay.
Yeah, just a couple of swear words. How are you feeling anyhow, ewaste Mike? I hope everything is okay, which I hope you're feeling better.
He said he was feeling better and recovering, I think.
Yeah.
You know, with every hit, I spill out from my mouth plenty swear words. And what is most wrong, I spell that words on myself. So, come on.
How does this work?
I'm just reading the conversation between Everyday Solders and Ian Matthews there. Everyday Solders done a course, you know, where was it back up here? Let me see if I can highlight it again.
Oh, there it is.
Back to he starts with Everyday Solders, blah, blah, blah. I can't find out what it was, but she was saying that she, for her in college, she done. This is it here. Experiments during my degree. So Ian Matthews asked her, could she help out? She said she's not going to let him lie on a bed and do anything with him. Bill, welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
Oh, by the way, Irish, you haven't seen that. He wasn't at yesterday live.
No.
So look what I get. Pom 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 pom.
Hold on. Oh, very nice.
Go there.
Here, hold it up again for a second. Give us a right look at it. Come on. Don't just put it straight down. Perfect, isn't it?
Good enough?
Yeah, good enough. What's
Works
in there? Let
very
me see.
well.
Oh, look at your name, Raphael.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
else?
Yeah.
I got one too.
Oh,
There you
hold on.
go. Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
got
it-
your R in
It
it.
has my logo.
In there.
Yeah, got your logo in the middle of it.
What logo?
Yeah.
That's the kitty.
I had it
Come on.
I had it like this. I thought it was like a cat face or something with ears, and I only noticed when I was showing it on camera a couple of days ago. Yeah, it's the
Who makes
my
those
logo.
beautiful
Okay.
pieces of art?
That's Everyday Solars.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I bet
Maybe
she
it's,
could do a Gill Skills one as well. Because
I
your
would pay
logo is
for it.
pretty simple to make.
Yes.
Is it?
Relatively speaking.
Relatively speaking.
Is that the beer from the broken beer bottle yesterday? Scrapper Dave is asking, is that still the beer from the broken bottle?
You know, Scrapper Dave, did broken bottle end up in the shelf box of the rest of the beers? They are all empty. I emptied it out yesterday. That was fun, I must say. You know,
So how
the
was
first bottle of the beer when I opened at yesterday live stream, I just open it and then I take out the cap of the bottle, plus extra glass out of it. Big little tiny tulip left out of the glass.
Tulip?
Tulip flower.
Tulip. That is Dutch tulips.
Yeah, that's tulips. You know, we call that like bottle when you get into the fight and then you get your bottle, smash it, and then you have tulip in your hand.
Oh, okay, yeah. The glass tulip.
Yeah, kind of.
Healing Irish, heading back to work tomorrow. Can't do anything heavy yet. Doctor said no microscrapping for 4 to 6 years.
Good one, Mike.
I like it, Mike. I like it.
Or Mike, 4 to 6 weeks of microscrapping. Holy crap, holy.
4 to 6 years before you can
4 to 6
microscrap.
Oh, 4 to 6 years.
Before
Oh,
the doctor lets a
oh, oh.
microscrap again. I love it.
So Ian's put in chat. Is he describing his favourite positions?
On my knees, on my back, stood up, make your mind up. I don't know what he's going through. It's not an exercise routine, anyhow.
No, I think it's a certain types of position.
I don't want to know.
Me neither.
So, what's the weather like over there at the moment, Gil or Bob? Should I say? But,
It's in the mid 40s over here. It feels quite nice.
cool. So, have you purchased your new vehicle yet?
No, I found out that the Tundra is a little out of my price range.
Okay.
I would need about $5,000 to put down on top of what I have to trade to get the price point, the monthly plan or monthly payment.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about getting a Tacoma, just like Shark Scrapper.
Hey, welcome in, Shark Scrapper.
It's a fine automobile.
It is. They are. I do like them.
The
Shark A, good day.
hello, everybody. But I recommend that you make sure you get a 6-foot bed. That's the larger of the beds that they have.
I'm getting an extended cab. I'm not getting one of them 4-door jobbies. I don't want an SUV. I want a truck with a 6-foot bed. I'm going to get the TRD package too, so that it can tow like up to 6,500 pounds or something like that. Because I do want to tow a little camper at some point.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
you're going to be collecting loads of scrap.
That's the plan. That is the plan.
So how is everybody? It feels like it's been forever since I've seen everyone.
How are you
I
keeping?
didn't see
Not
Shark
that long
before we
ago.
did this, too.
Or maybe it was just me. Maybe it's just been a crazy week, so it just feels like it's been longer.
Yeah, I'd seen in your video where you got your new client. That was nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, geez, just passing by, and this guy works out perfect for him. You can take the stuff away, doesn't
Yeah.
cost him to get it taken away, and you get all this extra scrap.
Yep.
Oh, that was a nice
It should
point.
work out well.
That's a good deal.
That is a
Sweet.
good deal. That's just perfect because, like as you were saying, you're going to be getting less off the guys doing the antenna work or whatever that would be, or the
Yeah, the cell phone tower guys.
cell phone tower stuff. You're going to be
Yeah.
getting less of their stuff. So now it's nice to have something else coming in.
Yeah, and I am very, very busy scouting clients right now, trying to build up the network.
Yeah.
So, of course, what that means is, right now I'm concerned because I'm worried about things drying up. But what will happen is in a couple of months, I'll be back to, holy crap, how am I going to do all this?
Yeah, it's either loads. I've noticed you're either getting tons of stuff and you can't cope with it, or then another time it'll just be completely nothing coming in, and you'll be saying, "Oh, if I had a little bit coming in now," and then all of a sudden a pile comes in on top of you, and you hear like, "How am I going to deal with all this?"
Yeah.
It's one or the other. There's no nice medium in between.
When's your busiest time of year, Shark Scrapper?
I'm sorry, say again?
When do you figure your busiest time of year is?
I don't know, because for the 2 years that I've been, full on here as a business, so much has changed. Every few months something changes. So I can't really say that I have been at it long enough to be able to establish a seasonality to it.
That makes sense.
And do you find that on certain days of the week it's better to go out streets? I know you guys leave out the stuff on the thing, but do you find that you find better stuff at certain times of year, like better quality stuff, or is it just always the same? Could be a mix of anything anytime you go out?
Well, it can be a mix of anything, but I think spring cleaning is a really good time of year. I have been finding so much stuff lately. These last couple of weeks have been really good.
I noticed that in the dumpster room in this building alone, that when spring cleaning comes around, there's a lot more stuff in there.
Yeah.
Ian Matthews' suggestion to get a secret location shed for all the extra stuff. But I don't like to get a secret locations. You have to be able to do people's gardens, cut their lawns, plant their flowers, stuff like that. Ian Matthews, don't you? And how many times will you have to be picking? Will this guy ring you when he's got stuff, this new guy, or will he have like every week, or what is it? How is it going to work for you?
No, he'll contact me when he has
Wait
stuff.
a minute.
Okay.
That wasn't wise.
Yeah, Scrapper Dave, the ubiquitous wire shelving is the constant. I haven't seen that in a while in your videos, actually. There doesn't seem to be as much ubiquitous wire shelving around.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So this was really funny. Mrs. Shark and I went out today just to have something to do. We went to a big flea market that's here in the area, and we were walked by a booth, and they had all kinds of ubiquitous wire shelving. I damn near lost it. I was laughing so hard I thought I was going to have to pull over.
And was there people buying it? Was there people buying it? Hey, Shamdog, welcome in.
I was tempted to go get their card and start selling stuff to them, right?
That's what I was going to say. You should have said, "Do you sell much of that?" And they go, "Oh yeah, we sell a lot of it." Okay, do you need a new supplier? I'll be the man for you, getting all that ubiquitous wire. So what else was at the flea market? Anything interesting at the flea markets. You do have them flea markets do interest me because we don't have anything like that over here, but you do have some big flea markets over there.
Yeah, this is I mean, this place has all kinds of stuff, right? It's got, hey, Drew.
Hello,
It's
Drew.
got people that have plants. It's got food. It's got folks that are selling stuff that they found street scrapping, and then they turn around and try to sell it. It's got crafty places. It's got clothing places. All kinds of stuff at this particular flea market.
Yeah, and sometimes you see guys pick up stuff at them flea markets for next to nothing. It turns out to be worth a fortune. Some of the stuff that you can find in antiques.
Well, you got to know what you got to know what you're looking for and what things are. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I seen a guy was on, again, it was a YouTube, I think, video. He was out in these flea markets and he picked up a painting. I think he paid like $5 for it. And then the painting turned out to be worth something like $10,000 or something like that, $10,000.
A Van Gogh.
So like for $5, and all of a sudden it turned 10,000 on it. That was a nice day's work.
I don't know. To me, a $10,000 painting is a painting with $9,995, in an envelope stuck to it.
So you don't appreciate the arts, do you not? I wouldn't know one painting from another, so it doesn't matter. It could be, if I came across a painting, I wouldn't even know what to look out for on them to see if they're worth money or not.
That's one of those things about art. You really gotta. Art is worthless unless you like it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody says, "Oh, that's a $10,000 painting," I might look at it and say, "No, that's crap."
Yeah. I made the same in kindergarten.
Well, some of these new paintings now, like it's just like guys get paint, throw it at a canvas, a couple of cans of paint, throw them at the canvas. Oh, that's worth 100,000 quid now because some buck threw paint. You hear like, I could do that. Why isn't my one worth 100,000 quid?
I got punished for doing that when I was in grade school.
Hey, Tim, Grasscutter Palmer, welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
Burp monster. Sleepyhead.
Yeah, our clocks went forward last night at last. We were 2 weeks behind you, were we?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, didn't you? Yeah, we just went forward last night, so we're back on our normal time zones again now.
Hey, Bob, aren't we permanently on daylight savings time now?
Yeah, I heard that the Congress, the House, the Senate, all that, they passed. It's supposed to be permanent. I don't think we got.
So you're stuck on summertime?
Changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you won't be changing. You won't be changing in October.
No,
I guess not.
But we'll see what happens in October. But as of right now, no, we're not supposed to be.
Yeah, well, I don't see the point of them changing it, to be honest. I don't see the point of why we have to change in October, changing things. Just leave it. Who cares? It's the same.
The whole thing was created back
when the title daylight saving time.
Yeah, but that was back in the day when it meant
before electricity.
When it was important because we didn't have electricity and that. It makes no difference nowadays because of electricity.
It was to save on candles and stuff.
People suffer from SAD, so make as much daylight as possible.
But we still won't get. You get what, 1 hour, and chances are you won't even get that hour because it'll be dark here anyhow. 3 o'clock.
Who cares? Most of the time we used to spend at work, so
yeah. Most people are inside for that hour.
So Mike said that we're not going to start that until November of 23.
Oh, so November 23 that comes in.
Oh, okay.
I suppose it's to give people time to sort out whatever.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, ladies and gents, I'm gonna step down for a while. So Thank you very much for having me and have a great chat. I will be in the chat and
before you go, because you won't be here for the end. What's your plan with your video this week? What are we to look forward to?
There's gonna be a video at the Tuesday, as usual.
Okay.
And look for it. That's gonna be a good one.
In other words, you haven't decided what the video is going to be yet.
You haven't even,
You're totally wrong, Irish. You're totally wrong. I have video made, record, set up, ready to go. It
Okay.
said it. So
Okay.
I'm decided. Come on.
Okay.
Anyway, take care. Have a good one. And
Bye-bye.
thanks for having me.
See you,
See
Raphael.
you.
That's
Check
it.
Raphael.
Take care, buddy.
Bye bye.
can't say the brown notch because you're not completely leaving.
Yeah, almost the Browns. See ya.
But yeah,
I only know Spadai, but that's not nice.
Spadai.
Yeah, that means like F off. In
Oh, it's
Polish.
the F word. Oh, it's the F word.
Yeah. Yeah, well, not exactly, but it's kind of similar in meaning.
It's one such insult.
And I have another question for Shark. I like asking Shark questions about his scrap because he's kind of he's the one that's doing it as a living. If you keep collecting more and more stuff, how much more stuff can you collect before that shark cage becomes too small for you?
Well, that's why I also keep moving it out.
Yeah, but if
That's why I
you're
keep-
collecting so much, you mightn't have the time anymore. Do you have much storage space around that, or is it just the inside area you only have?
It's just the inside area that I have.
Okay, so you really have to move it quick.
Yeah. That's why I keep it coming in and out. I don't like to hang on to stuff. Anything that has any kind of size to it, I try to get it in and out as quick as I can. I do have some what I refer to as strategic reserves set aside. So there's some copper, aluminum, brass that about 10% of all the copper, aluminum, and brass that I bring in, I set aside for the day that it just goes absolutely nuts. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I keep it moving.
And what about gold fingers or anything? You remember when ewaste Bin used to do that? He used to keep so much gold fingers in bins or something, just for that reason only, waiting for prices to rise up a bit higher. Do you do anything like that, or do you just send everything to board sort?
I send it all to board sort
Okay.
or refiner,
Yeah.
wherever my buyers are.
Okay.
Because my philosophy on that is that when gold and silver prices get really high, what you're going to be able to make the most money on is recognized bullion type gold and silver. So if you don't have recognized bullion type gold and silver, you're not going to make nearly as much money as you think you're going to make on the gold and silver that you do have. You're still going to make, you still have the potential to make good money with it,
Yeah.
but you're not going to be making, any real money like you would if you had the bars or the rounds or the coins that are stamped and certified. And
Yeah, well, again, it's going to be.
identifiable.
Yeah, it comes down to selling it as well. It's going to be a lot easier to sell a bar that is stamped and whatever has got the cert and everything to go along with it than it would be to sell gold fingers to someone. There's only going to be a certain amount of people that are going to be able to buy that stuff in the first place.
Yeah, because they're going to have to do something with it.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about doing was a lot of mine at one stage if I could have got somewhere to sell it to was
Wrong bin.
rather than making the gold bars or doing the gold myself was to sell the stuff and use the money to buy gold bars. So that was the plan, but because there's no board sort here, I can't do that. So I just have to do it myself, process it myself.
See, you might be in an interesting situation there, though, Irish, because if the prices do go really nuts, jewelers are still going to need gold and silver. And a good jeweler will be able to refine lower grade or not, I don't want to say lower grade. I don't mean that to sound derogatory, but
I know what you're saying.
They'll be more willing to buy scrap gold that you've refined yourself, so that they can then refine it and alloy it and make and keep making jewelry
out of it.
Yeah. You might be in an interesting situation then with what you're doing.
Yeah, we'll see what happens down the road. Eventually, I don't know what I'm going. Once I have all my processing done and whatever, and all turning, I don't know what I'm going to do. Will I just hold on to the gold, or as you said, sell it to a jeweler get money, and then if I want, buy gold bars with the money afterwards or whatever. I don't know what to do with it once I do. But we'll wait and see what happens. Shark, I get 90. Hold on now. What's he saying? Shark, I get 95% of spot price for my refiner, depending on the purity. Yeah. Well, here again, I think
pretty good.
the crowd in Dublin, which is about 3-hour drive for me, they give 95% spot value on your bar, and they have the machine for testing it to give it the purity rating as well. So
Yeah.
you know, they make that extra 5% afterwards for just handling it. That's their charge, the 5%. Most gold on Earth today goes into electronic. Yeah, I was watching the program on that about the gold, and most of the gold that's dug up today is for electronics, not for jewelry. It's
No, because very few people nowadays wear jewelry. I mean, like many of the people, nobody wears a watch anymore because everybody just uses their phone to check the time. So, like gold watches
women
and
still
stuff.
wear jewelry. Women like earrings and
Yeah, some of them.
necklaces and chains and stuff like that. Men kind of, it's less jewelry. It's more. We like more
Gadgets.
like boys' toys. We like the electronics.
Oh yes.
We're more into them than we are into jewelry. Now, unless we're a rap singer or something like that, and then we like our jewelry.
I know a guy who would wear a manhole cover if you find the chain big enough.
Some jewelers will give you 95% of the spot value as well, if they have the machine for testing it. If they don't have a machine for testing it, and they only have the little acid test where they scrape it onto a thing and put the acid test onto it, they might only give you 60% of what the value of it, because they're worried about underneath the first couple of layers that it's actually some other alloys mixed in it. So unless they have the machine to test the full bar, they won't give you the full value for it.
Well, and that's why it's also important to develop a relationship with a jeweler early on. I've got 2 jewelers right now that I have worked with for years, and I will sell them jewelry that I find.
Okay.
So we have that kind of relationship. If I wanted to get into the refining stuff, I could sell them, a little bit over time, and they would come to understand what kind of purity I'm developing and what I'm bringing them.
Yeah.
And so, that relationship works well. I suspect Electronic Scrapper has that kind of relationship with his refiner, based on his comment.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to walk in.
It's not just jewelry or stuff like that. It's in any thing. If you can build up a relationship with any customer of anything, like even picking up your e-waste or picking up your scrap or whatever, or even going to the scrapyard. If you've got a good relationship with your scrapyard, they'll begin to trust you on what you're bringing in, and they'll just pay you a better rate, and they don't have to sort stuff out and stuff like that. So it's all about that. When you're in this game, you have to build up good relationships with anyone. If you try to screw someone over or anything like that, that's it. The word will spread. Like, especially if you try to screw a scrapyard, they're going to tell the rest of the scrapyards, "Oh, watch out for this guy. He's known to try and slip in the odd bowling ball in the middle of the washing machines." Oh
yeah, yep. And they do. It's an amazingly small community once you start getting into it.
Yeah, so you have to be honest and stuff like that when you're trying to sell stuff, especially. Is there a rating system for jewelry? Well, again, jewelry is rated on the carats, isn't it? Like you have your 18 carat.
It's the jewelers, not jewelry.
Oh, sorry.
The jewelers.
Is there a rating for jewelry?
Is there a rating system for jewelers? Like Angie?
What's
I don't know what that means.
I don't
know what that means, to be honest. Does he mean like, are they in an organization or something that they have to abide by or something? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Bill. You'll have to explain that one to us.
I would imagine that there's got to be some sort of jewelers collective, The American. Oh, you know what? I have heard of the American Gemologist Society or association.
Maybe a Jewelers Guild or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. What I was saying, electronic scrapper, he uses the same refiner's sweep tips. And so I seen he done the his last video. He got was his last video or the video before that where he got the jewelers mats and he recovered the gold from them, from the jeweler the sweeps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I saw that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I saw a video probably 5-6 years ago. I saw a video about some guys that went and swept up the dust off of a highway.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And got the
platinum.
got platinum out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
From the cars driving by with the catalytic converters blowing it out.
Yeah.
The streets are paved with gold.
In this case, platinum.
Well, platinum.
Daniel is asking you a question there, Parknest.
Oh yes, yeah, I've just seen it. Yeah, it must have been because there's a dash cam channel called Dash Cam UK Dash Cams. Anyway, I submitted a video, and it appeared on last Sunday's video. You know, the accident I had in the Citroen.
Oh, that crash you had that time with the
back in June, yeah, because it were on my channel.
And did they put a link to your channel then when they showed your dash?
No, I don't think need to. You know, I'm easy to find. I've had quite a few comments.
Oh right, okay, that's cool.
Mostly to do with the fact I may not have been observing the speed limit at the time, but nobody does 20. Nobody does 20. I'm going crazy fast out like that. You know, when you've got an oncoming car heading towards you on the wrong side of the road.
Hey, is Tim off? Did Tim say he was going? Oh, yes. Take it easy, Tim. Thanks for being in. Good to see you. UK Scrapper, my friend. Good to see you, sir.
UK.
Hey,
well with
how's
you
it going?
up there in Newcastle.
Yes, my wife, Mrs. Shark, she always observes the speed limit. She sees those signs all the time. She ignores them, but she observes the signs.
She ignores them.
But years ago, they did introduce a 20 mile an hour speed limit and they abolished it because nobody bothered with it. It's the same here, you know.
It's kind enough to use their.
I wouldn't say absolutely nobody, but to all intents and purposes.
Well, that's handy enough if they let Electronic Scrapper said his scrapyard lets them use the gun to see what's the purity of the metals he has. That's cool.
That's cool.
I did say hi to Drive Shaft Drew, I think, when he came, but in case I didn't, Drive Shaft Drew, welcome in case I forgot to say hi to you. I seen you coming in earlier.
I had a friend of mine. He back when I was in the Navy, he became the CEO of a small naval base, and he decided that they were having so much trouble with speeding that he changed the speed limit from 20 to 23 miles an hour on the main road going through the base. Now, it wasn't a very big base, right? So he made it 23 miles an hour, and I was asking him one time. I was like, "What the hell's up with the 23 miles an hour?" And he said, "It gets your attention, doesn't it?"
Yeah, you look at it. It's a weird one, like yeah. You know, it's something out of the odd. You go, what the hell? 23? Why not 20? Why not 30? Why 23? Does your scrapyard have the machine for testing the metals, Shark?
Yeah, one of them does. Yeah.
Okay. And do you ever bring anything in like jewelry and get them to see what it is or anything?
I haven't yet. No, they're somewhat tight with using it, so it's got to be. There's got to be a special reason for them. It's like they're almost afraid to bring it out of the case. I think it's so damn expensive. They're afraid to open up the case that it's in.
Yeah.
The one person that knew how to use it no longer works there.
You think with time gone by and with electronics getting so advanced and stuff like that, that there would be cheaper versions of them out by now, but the rest of them, they're still really expensive. You know, they're still like, what is it, 20,000-30,000 for them? Maybe more
Yes.
for one of them guns.
Yeah, I don't.
Dag nabbit.
I'm not in a position to comment
Stop
on
banging.
that. So, because I don't
Sorry.
I don't think that's because that's not really a
What does e-waste
consumer
make?
product. It's not like they're selling so many of them that they can, that the prices would go down. I mean, how many people are going to buy one of those things?
What did Mike say? It cost him. My gold buyer has a machine. It cost him 58. Is it or 8,000? Sorry. Let me make that figure for myself.
I think you meant 58,000.
Yeah.
8,000.
Wow.
Wow. You'd have to be moving a lot of stuff through your warehouse or through your scrapyard to make it make back the 58,000.
Yeah, you really got to have something to justify that kind of investment.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just crazy. But I'd love to be able to get one of them at some stage. I'd just be zapping every bit of metal that comes in to see what it's made of. Is it brass? How much brass is in there? How much copper is in there? Is it pure copper? Is it not?
I could just see Ralph going around with one of those things saying, "Excuse me, young lady, are you sure that belly button ring is 23 karat gold?"
I have a special device that can test it.
A belly button ring.
There's another guy.
I was trying to be polite, Parky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of other more intimate places.
I was saying there's
Shall
another
we say-
guy on YouTube there, and he goes around testing people's diamonds. He stops them on the street and he goes, "Is that a real diamond that your husband bought you?" "Oh yeah. Do you mind if I test it?" And then you test them and it'll come up, "Oh yeah, that was a real diamond." And then every so often you'd see it coming up as a fake one, and the look to give the husbands.
It was an artificial diamond.
There is artificial diamonds.
Well, it's not really
Not fake.
Called
It's an artificial
zirconium.
one,
Diamond's a
not a
diamond.
fake one.
There are man-made diamonds, and then there are naturally created diamonds.
Yep.
And in the end, if the woman doesn't know, no problem.
I think it would be really cool to, when I'm gone, if my wife was to get a diamond made out of me, I think that would be cool.
Oh yeah, that could be done, I guess.
Oh,
And
we
flog
need
you
to
to the
check
pawn
the
shop.
You need a lot of pressure.
And flog you to the pawn shop then.
God knows I'm big enough, she could get a pretty big knocking diamond out of me.
You could scrappers rubbing the scrap prices at the
You know how
moment.
much carbon is in the human body anyway, because we are carbon based. That's the right lot.
And she's going to be able to melt down all the artificial parts that are inside of me and put the diamond in the jewelry that's made out of all the artificial metal that's in me.
So that'll be titanium jewelry with diamonds in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mike wants to know when you're leaving.
When you're leaving, Shark.
When I'm leaving the stream or the planet.
The planet, I think. He wants to know when you're leaving the
This
planet.
plane of existence.
Well, if you speak to Elon Musk, you might be able to hitch a ride on his starship.
Yeah, well,
Avletsky reckons his wife would prefer to make fertilizer out of him.
He's going to be launching from Kennedy Space Center, so not a million miles away.
Elon, I got this buddy named Rafael. He's up in a space station. I need to go up and get some scrap from him. Can you help me out, man?
Ooh, I never heard of that drive shaft view, but Watco might know that. Ralph, if he's into all his metal mixing. Did you ever hear that?
That is correct. That'd be
Brass?
Yes, 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. That is called Nordic gold. But it's basically completely the same as brass.
So I was thinking he's just described brass.
Yeah, well, brass is basically 10%
Copper and zinc.
to 15% zinc, and the rest copper. And bronze is the same deal, but then you use tin. And then there's aluminium bronze, which is aluminium and copper. And if you just toss everything together in the correct percentages, you get something called Nordic gold, which looks the same as aluminium bronze or brass or whatever.
Yeah, Michael Clinton reckons
It's
if you're
something
made
I
out
want
of
to
gold,
try to do some casting with as well, because I have something upcoming that I want in a nice golden color. So maybe this summer, and I will
or
probably be
next
making
summer, or the summer after that, or the summer in 10 years' time.
probably this summer, probably.
Eventually.
The 12th of never.
Eventually.
Hey, so Irish, along with your question earlier, I bid on 6 pallets of computers.
Ooh.
Now, I don't believe for one instant that I'm going to win, because these auctions, they're going for crazy money, right?
Yes.
But I'm also saying, it's a calculated risk, because if I do win, then I have to figure out how I'm going to get 6 pallets of computers back to the shark cage and in the shark cage.
And is it
Somebody's
far away?
playing.
Are they far away from you if you did win? Do you have much travel to them?
No, it's not that far. It's
Okay.
probably only a 30-minute drive. The issue is going to be, so I could rent a truck, a van, and
I
have
was
them
thinking
load
U-Haul is your friend.
Yeah, and they would be happy to load the pallets into the U-Haul. Then the problem I have is unloading 6 pallets without a forklift.
Yes.
Or just do it computer by computer.
Yeah, gumball it.
No.
Yeah. Raise the lid and accelerate really fast.
Yeah, that'll work.
I don't have to worry about damaging the goods.
Or back up and hit the brakes real hard.
See there?
Yep.
ewaste Mike done £10,000, no problem.
Also, have a tail. Oh, if you just rent one with a tail lift.
And when is this auction going to be finished? When will you know if you won or not know? He's not listening to me. Shark?
Wait.
Huh? Oh,
when
I'm
is
sorry.
the auction finished?
Oh, in 6 days.
Okay.
I once bid on something on eBay.
Are you allowed to rebid on it, or is it just a blind auction where you put in your best price and that's it?
Oh,
or
no, they're happy to let me bid as much money as I want to.
Okay.
Well,
some of them sites I've seen before, you just allow one bid. You just put in your best price, and whoever out of all the people put in their best prices, that's it. So
Yeah, no, this place is this particular site is funny, because you can just put in one bid if you want, or you can put in, they have a system where you can put in your maximum bid, but it will only increment. So if somebody outbids you, it'll then automatically raise your bid to outbid them, and it'll keep doing that until you get to your max bid that you've set.
eBay does that as well.
I was going to say, just described eBay.
Yeah. And then
It's funny when several people put in a quite high bid, but the price is still low, and they all have that system going, and they all bid after each other. You see it go, and then it's all of a sudden the price goes up like 5 times.
Yeah, I was looking at something there one time, and it was like 10 quid or something like that, and I said, oh, that'd be worth putting the money in. So I put like 20 quid in onto it, and next minute it went to 30, and I said, all right, go again. The next thing it went to 40, next thing it went 50, and then I came back 2 or 3 days later, and it was at like 700 quid. I go, oh, good job I didn't put any higher bids in.
Yeah.
It would keep going.
Well, and then they even they'll send you an email if you've been outbid and gone above your, and gotten to your max. They'll
Do
send
you
an
want to
email
raise?
and say, do you want to raise your bid? Because they get a percentage of the sell price, so they want it to sell for as much as it possibly can.
Yeah, like if they're working off at 10%, the higher the price goes, the more money they get out of it. Sounds like an eBay, yeah. It is like eBay. I only bid at the end. Yeah, I think everyone does that. They wait till the last hour before they start bidding on them. And that's
That's the best way to do it, because then the price doesn't drive up. I know people, friends of mine, that saw something they wanted to buy. Said, "Oh, look, it lasts like 7 more days. I'm going to put in a bid." I said, "Then you wait till the last freaking day." Yeah, but then it might go higher. Yes, but if you put in your bid, then other people are going to outbid you, and then it's definitely going higher. If you wait until the last minute and nobody's bidding, then you might actually be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place, I have tried that with this particular auction site, because I can, I'll schedule it and, have a notice telling me, and I can come up and then start paying attention as you get near the end. So what this site does is if there's a bid within, I think it's 5 minutes of the closing, they'll add another 10 minutes to the window.
Oh.
And they'll just keep adding time. If the bids are still going up, they'll just keep adding time to it so the bids can keep going up.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not like eBay at all.
I agree.
No.
It's like, come on, guys, this is getting out of hand now.
Yeah. If there's
Money
a time
grubbers.
limit at the start, it should stay the same amount of time till the end.
That's like moving the finish line when someone else is in the lead.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now but they're they tell you ahead of time because they don't do it for all the bids, for all the items. So they'll tell you right on the item that this item is subject to automatic extension.
And
So
do they have like a
know-
reserve as well? That it has
Sometimes
to hit.
there's a reserve, yeah.
Yeah. So they
I
won't
mean,
sell it
all
below
these
a certain
things going
price.
into it, and it just, it just messes up how you're going to play the game. That's all.
But, the reserves are killer because you might be the highest bidder, but if they have a reserve on it, you still mightn't get it. That's the worst of them ones.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous some of the money that people are bidding on some of these scrap computers. I put up a post a few weeks ago. It was an auction for two. It was listed as 225 to 250 computers, hard drives removed, working condition unknown, various makes and models, and then some auxiliary stuff like monitors and keyboards and stuff. It went for $5,675 or something like that.
Wow.
Hey, Kevin Sturgis and Bruce Sneap here. Welcome in. Good to see you guys.
Well, the people who bid really high on a pallet of computers and equipment are looking to either repair or resell working systems. They're probably not scrappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should hope so.
Yeah.
If they're scrappers, they're broke scrappers.
There's a
Hey,
popular
Crypto, take it easy.
that I might have
Thanks.
missed.
Thanks for being in, Crypto. As always, good to see you. I'll try that again. Hi, Scrapping Irish and all the panel. Yeah, we said hi to you, Kevin. I don't know, did you see me highlighting you? I said, hi, Kevin Sturgis. Great to see you in. Think you missed me.
It's funny though how sometimes things come up on these auctions that either folks aren't paying attention or they haven't been listed real well. Like I won a auction that was listed as miscellaneous IT equipment, and the pictures were really bad. You couldn't really tell for sure what you were bidding on. So I think I bid $20-$30 or something like that, because I figured, what's the worst that happens? Went to go pick the stuff up. There was one pallet was a server rack, so the shell with all the blades still in it and everything, 6 feet, 7 feet tall, whatever. And then there were two other pallets full of servers. And I'm thinking to myself, miscellaneous IT, okay.
Yeah. That's nice because if someone doesn't look into it and they go, "Oh, I'm not going bidding on that. That's just rubbish stuff," and then all of a sudden it's really good. It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, somebody probably didn't know what they had.
Well, no, I was asking the guy because the auction manager was there. I had to sign a bunch of paperwork and stuff. And I said to the guy, I was like, what's going on here? I mean, why did you list this as miscellaneous IT? And he said, I had to clear out the warehouse. I didn't want to mess around. I just wanted it gone.
He didn't want to just go into big explanations of what it was. Just get it out of here. Get it out of here, and that
Makes
was
sense.
it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm required to put everything up for auction, but I also have to keep the warehouse, clean and orderly. So, okay, I know how to play this game.
And tell me, when you were saying you were going around trying to get more customers and that, how do you find computer repair shops for getting stuff out of them? Do you have many of them?
I have one right now.
Okay.
And they're they're good because the owner doesn't want to mess around with the stuff, and he said for the longest time he's felt bad because they've just been throwing stuff away, and he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to just put it in the trash, but he said, I don't want my people wasting time taking this stuff to the scrapyard or breaking it down or whatever. We've got stuff to work on.
Yeah.
So, again, it's another win-win because he knows the stuff is being recycled responsibly, and I won't get a lot of stuff from him. It'll be about once a quarter, but it's a source.
see how
Hello,
Ralph
Mike's daughter.
Ralph just stopped in his tracks when he heard that. He just stops.
Yeah.
I'm more like surprised. I mean, like, wow, someone's watching me. That never happens. Oh Lord, don't tell him. She's laughing. Yeah, that's what most women do when they see me.
Or scream. I don't know which.
Yeah, and run.
And run.
Usually at the same time. Right.
At ewaste, Mike, do you have your shotgun? Yeah, when Raphael decides to go visit all these people around the world, there might be shotguns being loaded.
You said Raphael.
Well,
Well, I
holding
assume you
such
meant
firearms
yeah.
is legal.
The shotguns might be loaded. So, Bob, tell us this: when you get your truck and you want to go out, have you got a route set out for yourself, or are you just going to wing it?
Well, I don't have a route yet, so by default, I'm going to have to wing it until I figure one out.
Okay.
Yeah, the city of Bangor, I know that the trash it's split up into different segments. So there's a different day for a different part of the town for when trash is picked up. So I'll have to do some research and figure it out, and either do some late nights or some early mornings and research and development.
Is there anyone already? Have you noticed any guys going around doing street scrapping in that area? Or
yes,
is it? You have, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty sparse up where I live. I mean, I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but there are still guys that you see running around with, trucks full of scrap, trailers full of scrap, hillbilly trailers that are made out of wood, full of scrap.
Wow.
The kind of trailers where you're thinking that the trailer is the scrap?
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, because street scrapping isn't a thing over here in Ireland at all. There's no it's not a thing. You see scrap guys going around, but they'd be going to building sites, or they'd be going to farmers and seeing if they have any scrap they want to get rid of. But you don't actually see actual, like, on the outside people's houses or anything like that. Or you might see, if there's some building work going on, you might see a guy pulling up in a van and asking the guys that's working there that they have any scrap they want to get rid of or whatever. But there's no real street scrapping isn't a thing here in Ireland at all. Over in America,
there's a couple of condo communities in Bangor, and I know one of the members on the board for that. So we're going to arrange like a scrap day twice a year. What was that?
That was Mike's daughter waving to Ralph.
That made my day.
I don't need
This
to
was
do
a
it,
boring
Ralph.
Sunday.
Everyone's daughter seems to want to say hello to you.
Wave at Ralph.
I wish.
Well, what about Snobby's and Dusty's daughter?
I think she's in a relationship by now. But
By now.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
a thing.
This is now, but that was then.
Ralph,
Yeah,
when did that ever stop you?
I'm thinking up a
Look how red his
response, but
face
no.
is.
I can't think of a witty response.
Look how red.
Look how red his face is. It's my face, right? Is it?
Put you on the spot.
It is red. It's
Trick
gone
of the
very red.
light.
No, I could tell you sparks are
it's your
flying.
It's your Dutch camera.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
The sparks are flying.
Apparently, there's still some juice in the battery. I thought this was. Yeah. And now my pliers are all hot.
Homemade welding.
Yeah, I wonder how much. This is out of a Dyson vacuum. So.
Oh, the battery held, the charge held well in that.
Yeah, I was surprised.
So, Bob, the guy that you know from the community, what's he going to do? Set up drop-off days for you, or just arrange so that it's okay for you to go through those communities?
Well, I've already got approval to go through those communities, but he's going to arrange twice a year, kind of a organize like a scrap day. Like this guy's going to come around, he'll pick up stuff. So if you want stuff to be picked up, there'll be like a general area where they'll drop off this stuff, and I'll come and pick it up. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. So I could be there, I'll take scrap, or I'll come to their house and pull it out of their house.
Be careful going in someone's house. You could incur a liability if you cause any damage in the house.
True. I don't think I would really feel comfortable getting like big items like washers and dryers and stuff. I mean, if I would pick it up from the outside, but
Yeah.
like computers and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind going inside to get something like that. But I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, that's the thing about scrapping as well. If you're doing it as a business, is you're going to have to make sure you've got good insurance and stuff like that because of anything like that. Where if you're picking or you do damage to someone's yard or something, if you're taking something away, they could decide, oh well, you're going to have to pay now to redo my garden because when you were dragging that out, you dropped it and landed on my lovely rose bushes.
Right.
Just ask them to put it in the yard first, and then you take it from the yard.
Yeah, well, that's why it's safer to take it from the sidewalk. If it's out on the sidewalk, then you're not going to do any damage picking it up from the sidewalk, Just pick it up, throw it in the van. And that's it.
In some communities, though, I mean, Crystal's a great example. Like her town, they don't allow scavenging. So, like, people think they're doing a good thing by putting out, scrap by the curb. But, like, if somebody actually does try to do that, pick it up by the curb, you can get fined for it. So there are some areas that's not going to be possible.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought if anything was left outside, anyone could pick it up. Oh, I didn't know that there were certain areas where even if it's left outside, you can't touch it.
From a government level, dumpster diving and scavenging is technically legal. From a state level, it depends on the state. It gets really hairy when you start getting into local municipalities because they can have their own ordinances and bylaws that discourage or make it illegal to scrap. So, I mean, it really depends on where you are.
Yeah. What he said.
The other way.
Yeah. No, that way.
He left.
Sorry.
that way.
Sorry. There you go. Sorry to be so long-winded about it, but that's basically how it is.
Okay, it's interesting to know that because I just presumed in America it was, unless there was a sign up like saying no dumpster diving allowed here, that you were allowed to do it anywhere. So, okay. It all depends on the cities and it all depends on the local councils as well.
Yep. Yep. You know, and usually what that means is that that somebody on the council or the city council or something like that had a bad experience with scrappers, and so they wrote an ordinance saying, you know, no scrapping.
Or their relation owns the local scrapyard or owns the local garbage company that goes around collecting.
No, nobody would do anything like that.
Yeah.
Take advantage of their political position for their own private gain? No.
Never.
Heard of it.
I'm surprised you thought of that.
It's like what I say. You know, people work it like it.
It'd be like the e-voting scandal that was over here. They bought all these e-voting machines, and it cost them 50 million quid or something to buy all these e-voting machines. And then when they bought all these machines, they discovered that the ones they bought couldn't be used for the system that Ireland used for voting, because we use a system where you do preferred voting. So you have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. It's not like 1 and 2 or whatever. You can go all the way down to 10 things. So your vote could count all the way down to 6th or 7th place, depending on what happens. But because these vote machines couldn't handle that, it was put into storage. And they were cost them then, as well as 50 million for buying the machines, it cost them something like 100 million to store the machines for so many years. And
that
then
sucks.
after that, then the machines were sold for €7,000 each. You know, after paying 50 million for them, I think they got back something like maybe 150,000 or 200,000 of the 50 million. So
Wow.
again, it just goes to show how inept governments are. And at the end of the day, I guarantee the machines were bought off someone's relation.
Sorry about that.
I don't know what happened to you there, Partnest. You went a bit nuts.
It's the wrong thing.
And the guy that bought them is the same company that owned the license for all the wee recycling in Ireland. So no one else got to buy them, only him. So I couldn't bid on them or anyone else. It went to him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just a complete corrupt situation all around.
I'm going to get that piece of brass if it kills me.
That's a nice piece of brass.
What's happened to Irish?
Oh, what do you mean happened to me?
I wonder how that it like it gets into your brain. You're like, daggone it, I am gonna get there. I am gonna get that thing.
I know.
Gonna get you.
Oh, I think I know what Partners is on about now. It's gone past my 3 hours. Yes, it's gone past my 3 hours. So I'm going to ask everyone what they're doing for the week.
Oh,
so
everybody's got the party, and everyone's got to be a party pooper, huh, Parkness? We could have kept them going for 4 hours.
We were all having such a great time, and then Parkness had to ruin it. No,
They were accidental. What intentional?
Partnest, what is your plan for the week?
Something on keyboard by mistake. It put the PC into standby or something.
Anyhow, Partnest, what's your plan for the weekend? Or the week ahead? He's not listening to me.
I think
Can
he's
you hear us,
behind.
Partnest?
Yeah. First I thought,
I don't know. Okay, I'm going to move on to Ralph. Ralph, what's your story for the week? Have you any video, or are you scrapping?
Probably no video. I've continued on scrapping, and if the weather is good, I might do some preparations for future casting.
Okay.
hang on, that was supposed to be before you, because
Yeah, but I was asking.
I've got a video out on Friday. It's more Volvo shenanigans. It's oil change and transmission fluid change.
Okay. And when you said you were working on
What
trick
about you,
video.
Sharky? What's your...
Very good, Bob.
Bob, there it is.
Oh, I like those. Yeah.
He
Look,
got
show
it
us again, Bob.
before the end of the show.
Bob, shows it again.
No, it's still
Yeah, those things. Yeah.
live.
In the VCR.
I'll get you and your little brass too.
my
Oh.
pretty,
My precious.
my precious.
We want it. We needs it.
So what's the story for you, Shark? What's your plan for the week?
Oh, let's see. Monday's video is going to be an important one for everybody in the U.S. that ships stuff So you don't want to miss that, and it'll be informative for everybody else, but it's going to be important for everybody in the U.S. Wednesday is a really cool out-of-the-box, kind of along the lines of the comment I made about how sometimes I bid on weird things that no one's paying attention to. So I'm talking about an auction that I won and what I'm going to do about that.
Okay.
And then Friday, April 1st is the announcement for the 2 for 22 Shark Scrapper Shark Adoption Project. So we're trying to raise enough money to adopt 2 sharks for 22, and I'm announcing how we're going to do that.
That's good. You know where you
Sweet.
said on Monday is going to be your announcement for your
Yep.
postage?
What about you, Gil?
Hold on, I'm not there yet. Will you be quiet for a minute?
You've got anything planned for the week ahead?
How about if you let the
Parknest
host
is
run his
taking
own
over.
show there, Parky?
There we
Yeah.
go. Parknest now has been quieting for a second. He's miles
I
behind.
think he's behind on the stream or something.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
we're behind on the
There's
stream.
some lag
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Right. I was saying to Shark there before I finish. I was going to say about the postage thing. He's gone now because I muted him. But I was going to say the postage. Is that what you're going to tell them? If you're posting anything to Ireland, you don't have to pay the duty in America. Is that what you're going to tell them? You don't pay the duty in America because the people in Ireland pay the duty there. Oh, hold on, Parknest is back. He's on. I think he might be finally caught up. Let me add him to the stream. He's caught up now.
I think I'm now with it. Sorry about that. I hit something on my keyboard by mistake.
That's all right. You've caught up with us because you were.
So,
It was a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, now I'm going to move on to Bob. Bob, what's your plan for the week?
Well, my plan for last week fell through. So my plan for last week is now my plan for this week to try to do a video on micro scrapping PC laptop dock stations.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I wanted to apologize to Parknest. I was kidding when I said, you ruined everything.
It's all right. No worries. Nothing shaking.
I wasn't kidding. He did ruin it. He ruined it for all of us. I'm not kidding.
Well, I just hit something on the keyboard by mistake.
I have no video out this week because I only do them every 2 weeks, as everyone knows. So last Thursday was my video. So in 2 weeks' time, there'll be another video. So if you haven't seen this week's video, which was last Thursday's video, go and watch it. So I'm going to say good night to everyone. Again, thanks to everyone that came in. Thanks to everyone that came up on the panel. Everyone that commented in the chat. Anyone that was just lurking in the chat. And anyone that was over on Facebook side. I appreciate everyone that comes in. And I'm going to leave it to...
Scrap you all later.
Have a scrap happy day.